need that sports encyclopedia. You ask Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Rich. You got the belt around you. Coach JB Show.
What up, man? It's the realest show on Planet ERF time. It is Merciless Monday. I'm taking no mercy. Join Smitty and I every single day, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube and X as we rock the house, man. I'm taking no mercy today. It's Merciless Monday. Shout out to the chat. Smitty will address you guys as he always eloquently does. But it is Merciless Monday, powered by BetUS. It is E-Dub, Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champ Monday, along with Shaun King joining us on a loaded lineup. We're going to break down this whole NFL discussion, playoffs that put me to sleep. I'm going to be honest. Finally, it was a decent game last night to end the weekend. Other than that, though, God, it was bad. College football playoff finals, Notre Dame, Ohio State. We're going to dive into that one. And then the Rams game tonight, as they have been uprooted and got to travel because of these horrific fires that continue to ravish the Southland here in L.A., my hometown. So let's dive right into it because I got to get something off my chest, man. L.A. fire damages now have exceeded $150 billion with a B. That's pretty insane because the fires are not even close to being put out yet. Contrary to belief, contrary to Gavin Newsom's tweets. And I got to be honest, man. Listen, can this cat stop tweeting and worry about what's happening on the ground in LA as we are burning to a crisp as you continue to fucking tweet about how contained the fires are? They're not contained, homie. Stop saying they're contained in this percentage and this percentage. How about you just stay off Twitter, you fucking demonic individual, and go fix the problem? Because I got a question for Newsom. You got $150 billion right now that this fire has caused in Pacific Palisades, Hollywood, Calabasas, and Encino, Pasadena, Altadena. It's still spreading to Brentwood now. Brentwood homes are on fire. I'm curious how you're going to raise the money, Newsom, because I'm a California tax-paying citizen, and I'm very curious how you're going to raise this money, because I got a few questions for you, and I got a few peculiar questions, too, because, number one, are you going to ask Trump plus taxpayers for help like you always do? Are you going to raise California taxes even higher? Because we're already the highest in the country. Are you going to tax the billionaires in the state of California? Are you going to blame and deflect like you always do? Or can you just fucking resign? How about that? Can you just fucking resign and then let everybody else deal with your fucked up problems? Because I'm going to be honest. Maybe show this video real quick, man, before we bring Smitty in.
Just talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting.
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Why is he smiling? Why is he happy and shit? And why is he talking to Hawaii about becoming a smart city like Maui is doing? The shit is unbelievable. The dude is a demonic individual. I've just been honest. I'm trying to tell you guys for a long time. I've been telling you guys this for a while. The guy is purely demonic, and this is what he's doing. He's gonna just do this, deflect, and continue to do this shit and raise our taxes. And it's funny that this guy is so happy about all this as we continue to burn. Like, it's unbelievable to me how they do not recall him, and how this state continues to vote for him blows my mind. And it tells me that this state is clearly a computer state, and that means that's how we vote. We vote through that because we clearly know that we're not voting for this. Nobody I know is voting for this cat and our mayor in LA, who this cat endorsed. So I'm just telling you, man, something needs to give, not something needs to change. But this is a horrific time here in LA as we continue to just burn and burn. And we got the Olympics coming here. Nobody wants to talk about it. We got the Olympics coming here, and this guy's already worried about having LA up and running, and he's going to call it LA point 2.0. Now, LA don't need to be redone 2.0, homie. LA's LA already. The shit is fucking with me now, man. It's starting to be ridiculous, and it's unfortunate that this is where we are with this dude. But it's going to be a $300 billion project here once the fires, we do get them out. Shout out to the Northern California Fire Department. Shout out to Oregon, Idaho, Arizona, Nevada, and now Texas is joining in to help California as they travel down here from Texas. They're bringing fire trucks, and their firefighters are headed to California. It's good to see other states ban in, even though we don't agree with each other's politics and all that. The people is still what matters, man. It's still human lives at risk, and people realize that, you know, California is still the fourth largest economy in the world. And I just got one question before I bring Smitty in. Why are we borrowing these planes from Quebec and Canada to grab water and dump it? Shouldn't we have these things sitting in a bunker somewhere in the fourth largest economy in the world? Don't you think the fourth largest economy in the world, being a single state as big as California, would already have all of this shit at hand, and we wouldn't have to ask Canada, Texas, and Oregon for renting planes? In the most fire hazardous state in the country, California, where we have more fires per year than anyone else, we don't have fucking planes ready on the side to go grab water? Come on, homie. Stop. I'm tired of dealing with it, man. It is what it is, but listen. Let's get my main man, the Far East Sider, the 317, the LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defending, and Caitlin Clark jocking, our Fox Sports very own. Big Smitty, bring him in. Let's dive into this.
What's going on, JB? What's going on, man? You got a lot on your chest. I understand it. I got to say what's up to the people in the chat right now, though. We got Mike Vacay, Vodka. We got Nick Capo, Lions DM, Brandon Hood, John Bell, Sugar on the Rim, please, Eric Rivera, Alan Lopez, and we got much, much more, man. We live on this Monday. I got my black on, Jimmy got his white on. I don't know why that happened that way. It just kind of naturally happened. And we got a loaded show for you.
Play the game, homie.
That's hard.
Play the game, homie. This is the new T-shirts. We got the black, got the white, got the red. We got all the colors in. I just got them in. Did a little collab with 4th and 1, Cam Newton's pod yesterday on Instagram. So take a look. We got a little look at the CoachJBStore.com with the new T-shirt right here with Cam Newton representing.
Game, homie! Play the game, homie! Yes. Today Fun Day, we got that new merch in on the CoachJBStore.com. Play the game, homie! Go grab you some right now. To all you NIL transfer portal motherfuckers. Go play the game, homie. CoachJBStore.com. Peace!
I like it. That's hard. That's how you do it.
Hey, man, Smitty, real quick to end the show. Shouldn't we have in the show?
In the show?
In my rant.
Yeah,
shouldn't we have?
Okay.
In the fourth largest economy, I made sure I looked it up in the world. That's just one state. California is the 4th largest in the whole world. Shouldn't we have planes that are like sitting here ready to get fucking like grab water? Like, why are we using Canada planes? I'm just trying to figure it out, man.
I mean, listen, I don't know how this stuff works, but at the same time, like, I know Cali has fires every year, at least like one fire to some extent. We don't have fires like this all the time. So, like, from a resource standpoint, I don't know if it makes sense to just always have the plane just there every single day, all year long, all year round, in the event of the one fire that might get bad. Like, nobody expected this to happen. I've been in for a decent amount of time now. We've had fires, but not like this. This is a whole nother like. Well,
this is the largest fire in the history of the United States.
I just was again. See, I didn't grow up here, so I didn't know there was another fire that was a little bigger. So thank you for saying that. So my point being is, yeah, hindsight's 2020, but I don't know from a resource standpoint if it just makes sense to just have planes just sitting here. Just not doing nothing
I can see, Smitty, if we're fucking Idaho and we got no money. We're the 4th largest economy in the world. Not this country, not the world. The world, Craig. The world.
Just the city, the world.
So why wouldn't we have planes just sitting here? Because we do have fires every year, Smitty. We have more fires every year than any other state. Because of our dry, lack of rain, brush, we've had plenty of opportunity to eliminate a lot of brush. We never did it. We won't do it. Fucking this guy's denied doing it. We have a lack of water. We have reservoirs that have over 18 billion gallons of water that were actually drained prior to this fire, which is wild to me. And knowing we have winds every year, Santa Ana's, but in the winter, never had a fire in January like this, of course. But my point is, why wouldn't we have fire planes that contain water grabbing resource planes? Because we do have fires year round here, except for like the summers, we're getting killed with fires. Malibu mudslides every year. We have fires. Those planes should be at hand. So if something happened like this, a catastrophe, shit happens, anomalies happen. Why we can't just go to the Burbank airport and grab a plane? LAX, we should have these things at ready. Like, I just don't get it in the most.
I hear it like it's what you're saying makes sense. It sounds good. I'm just saying, like, since I'm ignorant to the entirety of the process and how they do stuff. I'm sure there's a reason to that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm sure if we had somebody who actually knows what goes on, I'm sure there's somebody who can give us an actual legit answer of why that doesn't work for them or doesn't make sense. Which, but the common person, it makes sense. Why not do a lot of shit? But I'm sure there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, that's the thing. The reason behind it is what we're tired of hearing. Like, especially the California natives, like, are tired of hearing all the scenarios and reasons on why we don't have something. Like, this guy is a demonic cat, man. I'm just telling you, it's fucking sad to see him do what he's doing. And it's crazy. He's actually literally following the Maui guidelines of what happened there and why they're trying to make that a smart city. And I don't know if you guys do the research on these smart cities. Smart cities are all about this bullshit technological,
advancement type. Yeah.
What's allowed in this community. There's everything's, ready. It's all technological advancements. It's all through. It's going to be like Bitcoin sharing and everything transactional will be electronic and there's no cash and it's like, dog. I don't know, man. It's a crazy time to be in. I tell you that much. But T's and P's, man, to everybody and all the people that are lending a hand, like the Texas firefighters that are now coming to California, and I got to be honest with you. This is the last thing I'll leave on this. I got to be real with you. I don't know if you've heard these stories, and they actually are true because I had to make sure because people are trying to like check me on social media. So I did a deeper dive yesterday, and I'm like, so is this really true? So there's some trucks coming from other states that people are helping us with. Shout out to Mexico. So the Mexico sent over.
Firefighters came out, yeah.
Hopefully they're not the cartel infiltrating. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out.
You find a negative twist somehow. You always gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about protecting myself. So hey, Smitty. So look, Oregon sent some guys down. Washington, they're sending trucks down, and they have to come from there. You got to go through Frisco, Sacramento to get here. This motherfucker Newsom literally stopped them, homie, and had emissions tests ran on all the trucks coming into the state because they're out-of-state vehicles. Like, we're burning, homie, and this motherfucker wants to do a smog check on 100 fucking firefighters, homie, while we're burning, and they're still 6, 7, 8 hours away in Sacramento. They still got to get 8 hours here, tie off, leak up, and then start helping. And this motherfucker's doing emission checks, homie. Like, seriously, like, that's a governor veto. That's just like when we're about to be put to death, Smitty, and we're in jail, and you know who can stop it? Governor. Hey, we're not going to kill him today. We're going to put him away. We're doing emission checks, homie, on helpers? What? Like, come on, man. Enough is a fucking enough. The politics at some point have to stop. It's like, Smitty, it's like watching fucking Independence Day. Like, are we going to fucking check all the helpers that we can to see if they're really qualified to fly the plane? Or we just say, nah, Smitty, you said you can fly. Fuck it, let's roll. We need help. We don't got time, Smitty. Like, we're losing our state. Like, the California's on fire and we're doing fucking smog checks, homie. Like, come on, dog. Is it not just at some point backhanded slap, comical, sad, embarrassing? I mean, the shit just keeps going. I don't know what word to use, but the shit is just disgusting at some point, man. And then they're saying they're going to check them on the way back home, Smitty, by the way. To get out of here, you got to get an emission check too, he said. It's a fucking joke, homie. It literally is a joke. Smitty, it's one of those teachers you and I all know, we know. That was by the book-ass teacher that we were like, come on, man. Fucking, I'll throw the gum away. I'll throw the gum away. No, it's a referral. You're in detention for a week.
Call your mama.
Call my mom. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's just unbelievable, all these fucking things we got to do, man. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. But anyway, T's and P's to everybody involved, man. The fires are just still going. New ones are popping up. We've arrested 30 arsonists so far. I don't know if those are really the people doing it or not, man. We don't trust our government anymore. So if we don't trust the government, why should we trust that you're telling us the truth and why the news is always lying anyway? I don't believe any of this shit I see. I don't know who's starting the fires and how they're starting. All I know is we're saying we're arresting looters. We're arresting arsons. We're arresting this. Man, nobody knows the truth with these motherfuckers, man. I'm so quick to just say, man, whatever. That's where I'm at right now, man. I don't trust none of this shit they're saying. So let's get to football, Smitty, on the Realest Show on Planet ERF. Let's lead in with our thumbnail because and that's why we're a real show, man. I couldn't just start the show and do just football when we got real shit, especially when it's in our backyard. And we're always going to discuss current events, especially when it affects us. And see, the people in the chat that are ignorant, that are so ignorant that say, I'm tired of hearing about California. I'm tired of hearing about it. It's coming to your city, dumb fuck. It's coming to your city when we lose the money that we are helping you with, by the way. Hey, Idaho, Oregon, fucking backwoods Kentucky. Guess who helps you when you guys are broke? The fourth largest economy in the world. This country of California. It's just simple economics. You borrow from us all the time, but you ignorant fucks have no clue on how it works. So you're sitting, I'm tired of hearing about California. Wait till there is none, motherfucker. And then you're sitting there in fuck Kentucky, fucking your sister, asking us how to get money help. So just so we're clear, you fucks borrow from us. So stop being ignorant and go fucking look it up. Cali is broke as a joke, JB. Anyways, man, let's move on. Mike Vrabel, Smitty, is back home.
Yes, sir.
In New England. Back home in New England. Good hire or a great hire is the question, Smitty. And this is the question I want to ask you in 2 years when this show is a corporate media sponsored show. I want to know, in 2 years, will it be a good or a great hire? I don't know if I don't think bad or mediocre is in the question. I think the question is it a good one or a great one? And that is the question we'll ask in 2 years. Losing Belichick to hiring his assistant in Gerard Mayo, to firing him after one bad year, and now Mike Vrabel. I don't think you could hire a better coach to get New England back in serious contention in the AFC East. But what do I know, Smitty? I got the questions I have is, can Drake May be a franchise quarterback? A, can he lead a team right now without a big-time number 1 or number 2 wide receiver? Because they do not have one. And can New England now attract talent, Smitty, and use the salary cap to their advantage this offseason? If you are New England Patriots fans, you should be happy today and excited about the future in Foxborough. But what do I know, Smitty? Dive into that real quick before we do quote of the day. I think Drake May is good and better than we thought. He had no talent around him. I think they'll get better in free agency with Mike Vrabel. Can they attract See, I'm not hyped on these guys I'm going to mention, but I'm only going to mention their names, Smitty, because they're guys that got paid and they're guys that are into high demand for some reason. I think they're overrated. But Deebo Samuel, I think the Niners are going to move on. I think they have to move on. I think he's had a digression this year. But do New England go and get a guy like that? Do they go and get a guy like that? Do you go out and try to trade for somebody? I don't know. Is Devontae Adams, can you get him as he's getting older, but get that veteran presence in there with a Mike Vrabel, who those two I think would have a great relationship and get a guy that's still good and still can be great around a bunch of young, good kids. You need a veteran presence. Can you get a guy like him for a year with a young quarterback? There's other guys out there possibly you can go get, but they got a decent tight end, Smitty. They got a decent running back. They need to go get an explosive back. I think they got an every down back in Stevenson or whatever, but they need to go get an explosive guy. I think they got to get some weapons on offense, of course, and then they got to shore up an O-line to protect a young QB like Drake May. Can New England attract talent, Smitty? Remember, Belichick did it for a long time with a bunch of fucking white dudes playing receiver. And they'll go an occasional Randy Moss for a year, an occasional Chad Johnson for a year, occasional AB for 5 weeks. Like, can they surround it with this guy and Mike Vrabel get attraction? Can they attract some guys in there? I don't know. Smitty, that's going to be it. It's Foxborough at the end of the day. What Belichick did there in a place like Foxborough, a lot of people don't understand. But this is the time, I believe, because this guy understands how Belichick did it. And he also had a guy like Tom Brady who took cap hits so they can get better talent around him. So he said, hey, I won't take the money. I want to win. Well, guess what? In essence, you got a guy at a rookie deal in Drake May. You don't have to pay for a couple years. You can use that same method and create a free agent hit and try to get some talent in there and use Drake May's time for not being paid, similar to what the Niners missed on with Brock Purdy playing with his rookie deals. And, you would think you would try to get a ring in that thing, and it just didn't happen for the Niners. Let's see if the New England Patriots can follow that and get something done with Drake May.
Yeah, man. I think it's hard to say great right now, because if I'm going to call something great, to me, that means I'm saying that they're either contending or winning Super Bowls, and I can't promise you that because the Patriots need so much there that, I think it's going to be a while before they get back to that position. But I think as long as the Patriots are patient with Mike Vrabel and they give him, 2-3 years at least to actually build the team and make his own decisions and kind of get the personnel in there in that locker room that he wants, I do think he'll be a really good coach. He's proven. We've seen him with the Tennessee Titans and what he did with that team, a team that didn't have crazy talent across the board, but he maximized the guys he had, and he had the right pieces at the right positions with Derrick Henry. Tannehill at the time was solid, and he has a lot of side pieces on the defensive end as well. If I'm not mistaken, he took the Tennessee Titans to the AFC Championship as well. I think they fought the Chiefs, I think, tight one year. So, I mean, this guy is a leader of men. He's a somewhat of a player's coach, but also has respect as well. He's not some pushover. Obviously, he's won at the highest level as a player. He's been coached by the GOAT. So this guy has a lot to him. I think it's hard to imagine him not being successful if given the years. Now, the reason why I keep saying that is, Gerard Mayo, I don't know how good of a coach he is or will be because he was there for 1 year. I don't think anybody would have that strong, immense success with the Patriots because they just didn't have a lot. You have a rookie at quarterback and Drake May. He's splitting reps with Jacoby Brissett earlier in the year, and it's just there's no weapons on the outside, like you mentioned. You could have had Andy Reid this season. I still think the Patriots would miss the playoffs and be a bad team. So hopefully Gerard Mayo gets another opportunity down the road. But as long as they give Mike Vrabel multiple years, which I'm pretty sure they will, this guy's a legend for the Patriots. Gerard Mayo was a good player for the Patriots, but Mike Vrabel was looked at differently there. So it's hard for me to believe that they will move on after such a big hire after 1 year. And the reason why I keep saying that is I still don't think like next season the Patriots are going to be like the Patriots of old. I think they may be 9-8 at best in a team like that, to where they're fighting for their division and we can see the growth. But I don't think we should put the expectations on Vrabel to make this team be 12-5 just in the blink of an eye. There's too much stuff that needs to be done. So, but I do think that this is probably the best hire that they can make. The fan base is going to get fully behind it. And I just think they got a lot of work to do. I think they have the 4th pick in the draft this year too, JB. So they can use that as well as far as like, they're trying to get a big time receiver. Maybe they go out there and get Travis Hunter, you know what I'm saying, with the number 4th pick, and then number 4 pick. And then they also, to your point, use their cap to go out here and try to get maybe Devontae Adams or try to get Debo or one of these guys in free agency. Now you got a little something. You get someone from the draft, you get somebody from free agency, you got your new head coach. And I mean, before you know it, a few big time pieces can truly turn around a team and a franchise. I mean, we saw what the Washington Commanders are doing within the blink of an eye. They new ownership, they got a new head coach, got a new quarterback who's a rookie, got a few veteran leaders on that defense, and move the pieces around, and boom, they're 12-5. I guess 13-5 now, and they're headed to the division round against the Lions. So we've seen it happen before. So they just need to make the right decision.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. He's got a lot of work to do there. Can they attract in this era, though? Can they attract high dollar, big time free agents? That's just the question I have.
JB, it's NFL. This ain't college or recruit. It's NFL. You got the money.
They don't have history, though. They don't have it. Even when they won, they don't have a history. He has to show that he can coach now at a Belichick level with talent that's subpar, because Belichick never went after high dollar free agents. Like I said, besides a Randy Moss, who was older at the time, Chad Johnson, who was older at the time, he went after who? Like, look at the guys that he developed. Everybody from Kevin Falk, to fucking to running backs they had. You act like they had fucking Barry Sanders, homie. They never had. Like the guys, you're like, damn, they just had all these workhorse guys.
Garrett
Blunt for a couple years. They had I'm just saying, the running backs they've had. I mean, they had guys, but they were just.
They had some guys now. But I hear what you're saying overall. Corey Dillon. I was saying, hey, Corey Dillon, that's a bad motherfucker right there. But I know what you mean, overall.
That wasn't Cincinnati Bengal Corey Dillon, homie. Like, stop. See, you guys keep breaking up these names. These guys all went there as older guys. Corey Dillon's a Bengal. Like, stop it, Chad. Stop it, Chad. Corey Dillon's a fucking Bengal. He's a legitimate. His NFL legacy is in Cincinnati, not New England. He did a great job in New England. But I'm just
so make sure you're on
the same page. You know what I'm saying? Everybody you got older. everybody you got was older. You never had
1,500 yards in New England, all pro.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying, though.
You got guys so did Chad and Randy Moss had with the best single season ever there.
No, exactly, though. Undefeated season.
But what I'm saying is that wasn't Randy Moss, though, that was in Minnesota and was like the guy that could play for many years. New England's always borrowed guys to fill pieces here and there.
Well, that's like Gronkowski was a draft guy, you know.
New England also had the white boy running back too. You know, we're gonna talk about him. That motherfucker wrecked shop for how long? The little third down, what's his name? The D2 kid from Shadron State, fucking Nebraska. Danny Woodhead.
He's like a slide back, kind of do it all.
Guy. Come on, man. Like, come on. Like, that's my point. You had legitimate guys on defense. You had great veteran DBs. Ty Law. Yep. You had fucking Butler, D.
Rodney Harrison at safety.
Rodney Harrison.
Vince Wilfork at D tackle.
Older. Yeah. I'm just saying, you had guys, Willie Mack back in the day, of course. All these guys, that was that's what their foundation was, though. See what I'm saying? Like,
there's some people on defense, boy. There's some dogs on defense.
And then you had all white boy wide receivers.
You're right. But you had to go to quarterback. So
I'm just saying. So can you build this team in a similar way around Drake May, who's going to be on a rookie deal for a few years, and follow the model? Can you get talent in there? Because they don't have a roster like the Niners. They didn't get Drake May around a bunch of talent like the Niners had. So can they go get some guys to surround this young kid with right away? I don't know. That's going to be interesting. But let's get into the quote of the day, Smitty, brought to you by BetUS. And go get you 150% bonus right now for this Monday night Rams-Vikings thriller in Arizona. The irony of that is it's being played at Allstate Stadium, which is who subsequently stopped insuring all the fire victims just 2 months ago. Anyway, quote of the day. Smitty, build in silence and people won't know what to attack.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually, JB. You just show up with something new. It's like, damn, I ain't seen that be in like a year. Like, what he been doing? And then boom, got a whole new situation, brand new studio, new crib. He didn't move to Arizona. All type of stuff didn't change. Just show up, boom.
Motherfucker telling everyone everything I'm doing. Anyway, contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over to Prize Picks today. Use promo code Coach JB. Smitty, don't tell people your dreams. They will steal them. Contrary to belief. Contrary to belief. Don't tell them your dreams. Smitty, how many motherfuckers you know you told something to and them motherfuckers actually went out and did it?
A few of them tried. The thing about the dreams, though, JB, if it's really on your heart, if it's meant for you, it's gonna be for you. Just because somebody want to try to steal them, don't mean they have the ineptitude, they have the skill set, the mental capacity, the hunger, the hard work, effort, any of that to achieve the dream. So I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. Sometimes you want to keep that to yourself, but sometimes people can't even steal it. They might want to steal it. They might try to steal it, but they can't steal it.
I don't agree. I think you're wrong because I don't think you're looking at it micro level again, not macro level. We know there's so many out there that we don't know that took Smitty's shit and ran with it and then actually got it and blew it up. And then you're like, damn, 10 years later, you're like, damn, I had that idea. And then you put it together, you're like, damn, that motherfucker was with me at the cigar lounge that night. And I was that fucking weird shit. How's he got all my shit? And I'm just telling you, that happens big time. Nobody talks about it. We just don't see it. You don't know.
That's on me, though, I feel like. That's on me. Because if 10 years later, he took my idea, which means that if he's just now hearing about this idea, that means I've been knowing about it. This is my idea.
No. He didn't take it 10 years
later. My idea and make it a big thing, and I'm still step one. That's on me for not executing my idea.
No, he took it that next day. 10 years later, it became a huge deal, and you're just finding out about it. So I'm not. He'll take it right away. It takes him some time to make that shit. And
I know my thing is why haven't I built my shit big? Why is his stuff big and mine big?
You were still dreaming. You was dreaming.
That's on me then.
And he was white, and he had the money, and he had to look up.
See, now we're starting to.
Yeah, then you got held down. You got held down.
That's on me.
You got held down. Homie. You got held down again.
Homie. White boy. That's what it is right there. So
let's go. Let's move on. Poll question. Let's just fight. Just go opposite of what I say. Fuck it.
All right, let's do it. No matter what you say.
Homie,
real quick. Why are you trying to kill me on the yacht the other day? Like, we're not going to just have this show go on and we're just going to ignore the fact that 2 days ago you had two young brothers on your yacht and you're going 75 miles per hour. Winds is blowing crazy. We got smoke in the air. I can't breathe. My beanie's about to fall off my head. I dropped my phone. I don't understand why white people, like, you guys are fascinated with danger. You guys are fascinated with near-death experiences. I don't understand that.
Jesus, we come to you today to let the black people on the boat to understand and appreciate God's beautiful green earth, blue water, and we're going to go fast, baby Jesus. We're going to go very fast, and I want to scare. And I want to change the stereotype of all black folks out there that don't like the water. We're going to change that today on the realest show on planet Earth. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
I just don't understand because, like, you fans can watch that video and all I see in the comments is laughing face emojis. Everybody's ha and he in the chat. JB's face is red for trying to hold his laugh in. That was a near-death experience. I almost fell to the water, homie.
I was crying, homie. I saw that. I didn't know that it was that detrimental. I was looking at it. I'm starting to cry a little bit, homie.
Very detrimental. Very, mentally, I'm having PTSD. I woke up last night in sweats because I was having a dream about me drowning from that situation. Like, that's the type of cause and effect that happened with that scenario. And you and people in the chat funny.
Have you ever thought, like, at some point, I'm like, damn, when I hit 31, because your birthday's coming up.
Is it?
Yeah, I've heard it was. You're going to have a party right there on 3614 Inglewood Avenue? Inglewood?
Okay. Told everybody where I live at, everything. That's crazy.
So, I know, because you just told my dreams. So, I was trying to figure out when are you going to be like, you know what? Fuck, man, I got to drop my nutsack and be a grown man. Fuck this water. I'm fine. I got trust. JB's all right. I can see the bottom in some parts. Ain't no sharks. I can swim.
It was literal sharks out there. We saw sharks.
You can swim. You saw a seal, homie. A seal was coming. By the way, we got some crazy. Roy's camera's like Netflix video, so we got some great shit. We're gonna see if we can get that put together. But it's crazy. That seal was coming right out and didn't want to move.
Exactly. Gangster seal.
Smitty was scared as fuck. He thought it was a whale. I don't know. He thought it was going to just hit us right out the gate.
Go under the yacht. I mean, that yacht ain't super duper big. I thought he was going to go under the yacht and flip us.
It was the biggest boat on the water that day.
That wasn't a shot, homie. I'm saying it's a nice size yacht.
It was the biggest yacht out there. It was the biggest boat on the water that day.
It's a nice size yacht. I'm just saying it ain't like a fucking. We're not going on a damn cruise in that motherfucker. So I'm saying if a whale was to come, it might do some damage.
We could though.
That's black people shit right there. We get a little salty. Like if you say anything, it's a little kind of guess what we got going on. It's like we get salty as hell. And people in the chat, hold on, this is a side note. Speaking of yacht, it is actually a yacht. I put it on camera at the first like 10 minutes and showed the little certification on the it said yacht certified. So for people in the comments on Instagram who are still saying it's not a yacht, at this point, like you're just trolling or you're just dumb. Because it's literally
it's like You know, that's like number one. That's like a lot of like. It's like almost like it's not viral, but it's like a viral thing. Like, it's not a yacht. Like it's the main comment.
That's what I'm saying. Like we showed it. I mean, I don't know what else to really do.
Can't say nothing else. Can't do nothing else. Like there's no more like can't do nothing else. It's 35.5 feet, Ricky Paleo. Where's your yacht? Anyway, Smitty, poll question. You're fine though, right? You're fine?
I'm here. So probably won't be back on there for a little while, but I'm here.
Before we get to the poll question, I had Bailey pull something up on the Mike Vrabel hire. A legend, another legend in the New England Patriots organization, Teddy Bruschi, had something to say and actually wrote a letter about, hey, guys, why don't you shut the fuck up and step aside? Let Mike Vrabel coach because he knows what he's doing. A lot of you there do not. And that's crazy how he's a legend. Let's take a listen.
The hiring of Gerard Mayo was viewed as a departure from that formula, from one person really being at the total apex of everything and having firm decision-making power over everything. It sounds to me like you're thinking this is a return to that.
First of all, let me say this. Gerard didn't get the chance to return to that, okay? He didn't get the chance. He didn't get that second year with all of those great things that this organization has with the cap space, the players, and the quarterback, okay? Vrabel is not Bill. I'll tell you that right now, all right? He is somewhere along that spectrum in between. I really believe that. If I were to compare Vrabes to any coaches that I've had in the past, and I played for some great ones, I would say he's more Bill Parcells-like than Bill Belichick because of the way that he can talk to players more on an even keel personal level. Okay, that's what I like about Vrabes. And I'm saying, and I'm talking about all the decision makers hoping they defer, but I think Vrabel has it in him to collaborate to a point. To a point.
Well, I think that's.
Is that like a shot, a settled shot? I'm trying to figure out what was he endorsing the motherfucker? Because maybe he thought Vrabel was better than him. I don't know where you take that comment on me.
Why you call it a shot? I think he's showing love. He's saying he's a hell of a coach, hell of a leader. He's saying I think he has it in him to. He's speaking more so on like GM decisions, right? Like having the power to make a few decisions on that side.
I've never heard of an endorsement though that's like he's not Bill. Let's be clear. He's just he's an in between.
No. You took it the wrong way. You took it the wrong way. He's not saying he's not Bill from like a. He's not talking about his greatness.
No,
he's
I get
from
it.
a personality and style.
I know.
He doesn't coach like Bill. He's more from a Parcell type of structure.
Yeah, I get it, but later he wrote a letter. There's a letter out there, and he stated to the upper admin, crafting on down, was like, hey. He's not going to fall in line and listen to a lot of you guys that have no fucking clue what you're doing, basically. So that's what he said in a letter I read. I got to read it. We don't need to show it, Bailey, but there's a letter he wrote and was like, step aside, let Vrabel do what he did. You saw what he did in Tennessee, blah, blah, blah. So it's interesting. It's interesting that what we're going to see there. So I don't know. But poll question, Smitty, before we take a break. And this is going to be a discussion for days to come, weeks maybe.
Yep.
Or maybe a year from now if he's still there and they don't win again. Should Mike Tomlin be fired? It's a tough question for me to ask. It's a tough way to put it. I wish I didn't have to use the word fired because in NFL and college football and in football in general, the profession in general, fired is not like it is at Walmart. It's different. Firing here usually ends up with a promotion on another place. Firing in football in the profession just means you ran your course. It's time to start over fresh somewhere else. Remember, there's 32 of these jobs in the world. This guy's never lost, ever in his whole tenure. Never had a losing season. I get the whole Pittsburgh. Let's be honest, and I got to be honest, Smitty. The fan base that says he's shitty, and the fan base, the fanboys, let me say, the fanboys out here who are going to bash Tomlin today and talk shit and do all these things are absolute comedians. I don't know what else to say. I'm embarrassed for them because they know nothing. They know nothing. All they look at is their DraftKings and FanDuel and their BetUS card, and they go, hey, we lost. I don't know anything, but we lost. Just say, I wish you would just say that. I don't know shit, but we lost. Let's fire Tomlin. That's really what they are. Like, it's crazy to me. I think he's on the all-time win list. I think he's going to pass Chuck Knox or Chuck Noll. Listen, he's a great coach, great ambassador. He's a great leader. I love listening to him talk and how he leads coaches and players. He's a father figure in the NFL, which you don't have to be. You can be really cutthroat like Belichick and just say, you didn't get the job done, fucking out, bring a new guy in. I understand that methodology too. Tomlin does both, but he's got one Super Bowl. Remember, more than everyone else. He's a one percenter. But having said that, everybody struggles when you lose your quarterback that's been there forever, and then you have to start over. And it is what it is. He hasn't won a playoff game since 08, 09, whatever. I get all that. You're playing musical chairs at quarterback now with Russell and Justin Fields, but you didn't pay him either, Smitty. So at the end of the day, fired is a tough word for me to use when it comes to Mike Tomlin.
2016 the last playoff win.
So yeah. So
I listen. I don't think he should be fired, but I think they should have given him the opportunity to job seek. And I know that's a way for me to like. It's to your point. Saying he should be fired it sounds insane to me because of everything you just listed. But I do understand that sometimes just having a change of environment can allow you to reach higher heights. I mean, look at Andy Reid, for example. Andy Reid had a ton of success with the Philadelphia Eagles. Went to 5 NFC championship games, made to a Super Bowl, was a field goal kick away from beating the Patriots and winning one there. He had one, I want to say, down year towards the end, and then he leaves, goes to the Chiefs, and we see what's going on with the Chiefs. So sometimes you just need a fresh start in a new direction. And then to that point, the Eagles too. The Eagles won the Super Bowl and they had great teams. Andy Reid, it was like a win-win for both sides. So do I think it may be time for him to leave and go somewhere else? I'll say yes. Do I think he should be fired with no power and no say and staying? No, I think he's done too much for this team. He's won a Super Bowl. He's won playoff game. I know they're on a little I think it's a 6-year or 6 game losing streak or whatever the case may be in the playoffs. But overall, man's been extremely successful. He knows how to bring out the best in average people, average players, just being real. He knows how to get 10, 11 wins, even when he doesn't have a true starting quarterback, right? And I just think that them losing against a better team in the Ravens should not be the last straw on the camel's back that makes him get fired. The Ravens are just a way better team, y'all. It is what it is. I don't care. Coach JB could have been coaching the Steelers yesterday, and they still would have lost. It don't matter who you would have put out there. They lose that game. So we got to have some common sense, y'all. We can't use that against him is what I'm trying to say.
But Smitty, it's not a gray area debate. It's a poll question. Should he be fired, yes or no?
You didn't answer it either.
We love him.
You didn't answer it either, though.
No, I was giving you context.
I was giving you context, too.
We love him. We love him to death, but at the end of the day, it's out there, right? It's going to be on ESPN. I'm sure you guys will talk about it today. Everyone's going to talk about it. It's going to be out there.
No.
Should the Steelers move on from Mike Tomlin is what they're going to say at the mainstream media. We're going to say on the Realest show, should Mike Tomlin be fired?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no, too, only for the simple fact that you're not going to find a Mike Tomlin just to come in there and be better.
What?
But I do think, as there's always a flip side to a coin, I do think Tomlin can benefit from some other places, or some other places can benefit from a Mike Tomlin. Chicago Bears, I think, fit Mike Tomlin to a T. I think the Indianapolis Colts fit Mike Tomlin. I think that he needs to be in a place that's still cold weather and still some sort of, got some blue collar city community, blue collar community around him. I don't know if he'll do good in a big city or in a warm weather city like a Jacksonville or a Miami or a LA. Like, I just don't think that's Mike Tomlin. So, listen, I think he stays. That's my gut feeling. But I could also see the course running its time. It's over. Like, it's time to move on. And I could see the Rooney family saying, you know what, we got to go in a different direction because there's still a lot of things in question. Number one, quarterback. Number two, wideout core. Number three, O-line needs some help. Is Najee Harris tapped already? Because he didn't do very much this year. He had a very down year. He showed a couple games of glimpses, and he was good again. And then he's like, then he's just a mid guy. And I'm like, damn, Najee was the next, apparent Derrick Henry. Remember when he was balling, and everyone was like, oh, shit, Najee Harris is another Derrick Henry. Now there's Derrick Henry and Najee in the same conference. Yeah. And we didn't see that Najee Harris this year. We didn't get to see that guy. So there's a lot of questions in that roster, and it's going to be interesting to see. But I just can't use the word fired. I can't ever say fire him. I have too much respect for the dude, and I don't advocate for firing coaches in a profession that I was in for my whole life. So I'm not going to advocate for firing guys. But when they do stupid shit as coordinators, and I see guys like the guy Slovic in Houston that we're going to dive into here in a minute, do things he's done, I'm like, man, fire that motherfucker. But, that's just me talking on a show. But at the end of the day, Tomlin has earned everything he gets, and he deserves everything he's earned. And that's at the end of the day. So I don't think you can fire him, but we also can't have our cake and eat it too, Smitty. So we can't say, hey, let him go shop. But if you don't get nothing, keep him. Nah, it don't work that way, homie. It don't work that way.
Of course not. And I'm speaking in jest. I guess what I'm saying is if they're going to move on from him, it needs to be one of those, from a media standpoint, it comes out like the Steelers and Mike Tomlin have parted ways. One of those situations because. And
I'm gonna be honest though. We're so quick to talk about Tomlin struggles, but Harbaugh hasn't won anything in the same era, in the same time frame. We praise Harbaugh and the Ravens, homie. It just kills me. We continue to praise that, but they've won a Super Bowl 1 year after the next.
Yeah.
They're still how many years removed from winning a Super Bowl? They're the same.
Yeah.
They're the same. So I want you to mention Harbaugh when you mention Tomlin. And then I want to dive into the 49ers as an organization. When's the last time they won a Super Bowl? I want to dive into the Cowboys, homie. Give me the Cowboys as an organization. When's the last time y'all have won a Super Bowl?
The Cowboys fire their coaches, though, so that's not the best example. They fire their coaches all the time.
What I'm saying is
them coaches.
My point, you still haven't won. My point is Mike Tomlin has been the backbone of your organization. You still got a Super Bowl. Cowboys been 30 years since they won Super Bowl, Smitty. I would much rather be the Steelers right now. And the Steelers are still relevant in the big picture of things. The 49ers and the Cowboys aren't even playoff teams. So I'm just trying to say, where are we at with this? Why are we talking about this? Like, the bottom line is the dude's a winner. He teaches guys how to be winners. He gets the most out of you. He's a leader of men. He fucking holds you accountable. You never heard a peep out of AB when he was there. Now with social media, you're hearing more and more from a little bit of a shitbird in Pickens. So that's leaking out on social media, of course. Social media is much more prevalent than it was when AB was young. So now you're seeing more things. Of course, you're going to see more things. But listen, fire him? No. If you're going to have a conversation about it, and maybe it's a mutual thing. Maybe Tomlin wants out. Maybe he wants to refresh.
Right.
If he does, Smitty, he deserves it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. We agree on this 100,000%. 100,000%, man. He's been too good. He's been too great. My only pushback on the Harbaugh thing is that you're right. They've only won one Super Bowl. It's kind of the same thing, right? But the Ravens have been, I guess, closer back to that point than the Steelers have, meaning that they've won playoff games. They've been to AFC Championship. They've been to the divisional round. The fact that the Steelers haven't won a playoff game in the last, 6 tries or whatever the case may be, I think that's probably the biggest knock right now. Let's say Steelers won yesterday and they lose. They would have lost this next weekend. I think people wouldn't be talking like this. I think it's the fact that they're making the playoffs and they just continue to lose in their first game. That's why people are, especially in the Steelers community, they're fed up. You understand? Pittsburgh Steelers is one of the greatest franchises of all time. So like you look at the
3
history
coaches in 60 years.
Come on now, you know what I'm saying? And their expectations always win the Super Bowl. So I get it, you know.
They've all won Super Bowls, all 3 of those coaches.
All 3 of them, exactly.
So I want to be clear too. I want to be clear. We got to stop asking for these things as a fan base in your respective cities. When you don't win a Super Bowl and your fan base comes out, the Bills Mafia, and then you got fucking the Niners in Frisco, and you got the fucking all these Dallas Cowboys. All you fanboy fan bases that want you guys to win instantly every single year, it's just not realistic. It's not going to happen. You all got to stop asking and demanding for your coaches to be fired. Because remembering, be careful what you motherfuckers ask for. Because the grass is not always greener. And just throw me out a couple names that you just can come right to Pittsburgh right now and fill Mike Tomlin's shoes. I'll wait, as they say on social media. I'll sit here and wait for you to replace Mike Tomlin with another fucking nobody. I'm just going to sit here and wait. You know who comes to mind? Mike Vrabel. That's fucking it.
That's it. And he's off the table. Thank you.
Pete Carroll, I love Pete Carroll. You know, Pete Carroll to me is top 3 coach of all time in all aspects, college and pro. He doesn't fit Pittsburgh, homie. He's a California kid. Pete Carroll does not
Rex Ryan, I guess. Rex Ryan fits him, but Rex Ryan's like a lower tier Mike Tomlin to me, in my opinion.
Rex Ryan hasn't coached since he got his veneers. That was fucking 20 years ago. Come on, man. Like, let's stop. But it is right. It is like riding a bike. Like, I'm not gonna skip a beat if I go back coaching tomorrow. I still know how to coach.
Happy birthday to Cole Vade. But I don't know, JB. You probably will be a little rusty. It's natural to be a little rusty.
There's no rusty in it. There's no rusty.
Even my man with the Broncos, Sean Payne, was a little rusty year 1, a little rusty. You know what I mean?
It's not rusty. It's not rusty. It's figuring out the Jimmies and Joes. How can I talk to them? How can I demand from them? How can I get them to go from point A to point B? That's all. It ain't rusty. You don't get rusty on coaching. You just get how do I now manage this current generation? That's the only question.
So yeah, because that's what I'm not saying from a leadership. I think you walk into a team right now from an intangible standpoint, you'll be golden. Recruiting, leader, speeches, you have all that down pat. But I'm saying the game does change, right? So let's say if I'm a guy who stopped coaching,
the game doesn't change.
2012, just for an example. Coaching now, the offenses are different. You know what I'm saying? So it is a little bit different from a schematic.
The game don't change. The game don't change though. The players in it changes. The game doesn't. The game doesn't change, Smitty. It's still 11 guys out there. Last I checked, there's still 5 O linemen. There's still a tight end attached. There's still 3 D linemen or 4. It depends on what I want to do. There's still 4 secondary players. There's still I can have 5 wide receivers to 1 wide receiver. None of that changes. I can have 2 backs, 3 backs, 1 back, no backs. Nothing changes.
All right, Dr. Seuss.
The game doesn't change, Smitty.
The game don't change, homie.
The players in it does. That's why you need to play the game, homie. And go get you a t-shirt right now on CoachJBStore.com. We got one more topic before we take a break, Smitty. And it is shitbird, from what I understand. I believe it's a shitbird named Kyren Lacey.
Ah, dang.
Who is currently wanted for a negligent homicide and a felony hit and run that killed a former U.S. Marine and injured 2 more. Lacey declared for the NFL draft 2 days after the crash that occurred right before Christmas on the 17th of December. Lacey turned himself in Sunday, and he posted a $151,000 bond and has been released. Kyren was charged with negligent homicide and hit and run after the Marine was finally killed. Where you at with this guy, Smitty? Man, unbelievable. I don't know. It is what it is. It happens everywhere. I've seen it all over the place, man. It is what it is. What I mean by that meaning, there's shitbirds everywhere. We've had shitbirds at every school. I'm so blessed to have touched these kids in a manner where they don't go out and kill somebody. I can say that. I think I've affected these kids in a manner where they don't go out and get arrested. They don't go kill somebody because I think they've always bought what I've sold, Smitty, as the leader. But Brian Kelly in particular, though, has failed many, many times at many different places, not just LSU. I'm not going to put all this on Brian Kelly, but remember when Brian Kelly told the nation when he was changing his accent 7 times, I can't win at Notre Dame. I have to go elsewhere. Remember, he literally said that. I have to go to the SEC if I'm going to be a contender seriously. And now Notre Dame's in a national title. You have fucking looked bad, homie. Brian Kelly killed the man at Notre Dame. Let him fall off the film booth.
I don't know. Don't say Brian Kelly killed. I just for the audio listener, I don't want to throw that out there. That's a situation that happened while he was the head coach of Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, he killed him. He put him up there. So
Jason,
it was 60-mile-an-hour winds. You don't have GAs up there that don't have experience. That's a leadership issue. I wouldn't have put my kid up there. I'm just saying it. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyway, here's the thing, Smitty. It's coming back to bite him in the ass heavy right now. Heavy. He said what he said about Notre Dame. He leaves. He's done really nothing at LSU. And now you got shitbird after shitbird after shitbird. How many issues have LSU had arrest-wise under his watch? I think them in Georgia lead the country. That's not a stat, Smitty, but I'm just being facetious. That's a hell of a stat line to lead the country in. Arrest. Listen, I don't know if there's accountability in today's age of kid because we've enabled them at such a high cliff that when you entitle kids and you pay 17 to 21-year-olds grown man salary money that a lot of us will never make in our lifetime at 17 to 21. Kudos to them for getting paid, Smitty, and all that old shit. But also comes a great responsibility when you get a lot of money. And I don't care what age you're at. If you don't have a strong enough leader to manage that entitlement, then you're going to have a major, major problem. And that is what we're seeing, not just at LSU and Georgia, but all across the country. We're seeing a lot of these kids get the keys to the Lamborghini handed to them, but we ain't even taught them how to drive a motherfucking Prius yet. So that is just where I'm at, Smitty. Where are you at with this young man as he's now fighting not only for his future NFL career, but his livelihood as he may be behind bars when it's all said and done?
Yeah, I need to read up more on it, but from what I understand, it's it's a hit and run. To me, a hit and run is evil and it's selfish. Like if you made the mistake or decision or whatever the case may be, if you were drinking and driving, you were out racing or speeding, whatever decision you were making, if it ended up hitting somebody, common sense, pull over, call the ambulance. Who know? Again, I don't know if the Marine died on impact or if he was laid in there for a while and died. I don't know, but who knows? If Kyron gets out the car, calls for help, maybe this man's still alive. I know he's an older man. He's like 78 years old, so who knows? But my thing is you don't know. So for you to make a decision to flee the scene and then go enter the drive 2 days later as if nothing happened, I don't know who this kid is. I don't know his character prior to this. Maybe he was a good person. Maybe he is good. I don't know. But this action right here, this is the only thing I have to judge him off of. This is horrible. This is beyond. This is because I get it. Like quote unquote mistakes happen, and this is a huge. This is beyond the word mistake. Like this is beyond. This is a young person decision. Like you said, don't know how to drive. Whatever it may be, whatever word you want to use. I get that those things happen, but you made it 100 times worse by fleeing the scene because now it comes off as if you don't give a fuck. It's like, hey, I hit somebody. Hey, he might be dead, he might not. I'm gone. I care about myself and my NFL dreams. I don't care if I hit somebody. I can let nothing stop my dream. It's like, bruh, what type of humanity is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, football, as much as we love and all that stuff, it's bigger stuff than just your dream, homie, and football, homie.
Shit stacks up, man. He's a shitbird. I don't know if you've seen this. This is the kid that's on several different videos after making a play with shotgun. He's doing he does that shit. Like he's doing all that. He's the guy. So it's not a oh no, this kid made a huge mistake. He's a shitbird. It is what it is. We've already seen you. You've done all these things on the sideline. You want to be cool. You want to be hard. And that is why I'm so against giving these kids Hellcats and Scat Packs and fucking all these things when we don't even know how to drive yet. You've given these irresponsible, immature, inexperienced 17 to 21-year-old kids $150,000, $300,000 cars with 500 to 1,200 horsepower, and you haven't even taught them how to parallel park a fucking Prius yet. Blows my mind. And I'm talking to the adults in the room, not the kids. Kids only know what they know and don't know what they don't know. Kids are going to take. As long as we give. Stop fucking giving it, start coaching it, and stop allowing it, and maybe we'll see some change. But that's going to take the Vrabels of the world and the fucking Belichicks of the world and the JBs of the world in that regard. The Dan Campbells and those type of guys. It's not happening with Mike McDaniel and these other motherfuckers who are trying to be cool with these guys. Just telling you. They want to be their boys. And all you young coaches out there listening, stop being your players' homies. You're not their homies. You're changing their lives forever. You're not fucking enablers. Stop being enablers to these babies. They will respect you more in 10 years if you tell them how not to do something than they will as you telling them, all right, you good, dog. You good. You just hit and ran them, but you cool. Nah, homie, they're not going to respect you in 10 years because they'll be in jail. And it was your fault because you didn't fucking tell them the difference between right and wrong. But what do I know? I'm just telling you, that is real shit. And this is the realest show on planet Earth. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member, Smitty. If you're not one, become a member.
There it is. There it is, man. So listen.
You become a member, though.
Me?
Yeah.
Like this is my show, though.
I need you to become a member, though. You're not. I don't see you as a member on my thing.
Are you a member?
Yeah.
So you pay for your show?
Yeah.
That's like hustling backwards. So it's almost like if you pay. Nah,
accountability. Accountability, homie.
But you paying homie and me paying homie is like it's almost like removing two. It's almost like removing two members in a sense.
I'm so smart, homie. It's like, see, leaders, like we got this Governor Newsom here who doesn't understand. Leaders are preemptive in their strike. We already forward thought. We already said, okay, I'm going to be ahead, not behind. Everything Newsom said, he's catching up. Oh, we're going to do X, Y, Z, so this doesn't happen again. We're going to. No, homie, we're not going to do nothing. I already have it in place. And if this happens, guess what? I get this. I plug and play this. If something happens like this, guess what? I got this. Put it right here. This motherfucker's reaching for shit still. That's not how leaders work. Same with coaching. We already have it situated and ready. So for anything to happen, guess what? Here we go.
But some stuff happens that you don't expect as a leader. As a leader, you try to plan for everything, homie. But sometimes stuff happens that you didn't expect. Newsom probably didn't expect no fire to happen like this. You and I didn't expect our account to get hacked. We had no preparation. The account got hacked. We was like, fuck. Let's be real. It's real sharp on earth. We was behind the scenes like, I don't know, bro. It might be a wrap. We had nothing set up and planned. But now, since it happened, now we like, hell no. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do boom, 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 boom.
No, we did. The plan was to use our social media.
For you to have the knowledge to do something. Homie, it's how you learn.
The plan was, though, to use our social media. That's what we did. We used Instagram and our social media availability to say, hey, we got hacked. Obviously, everyone knew about it because we got it out there.
That wasn't preemptive. That was after the fact. So what I'm saying is sometimes it's not the leader's fault. Sometimes things happen that you was kind of out of your control or out of your even thought process to even imagine could happen, and then you have to react to it. So everything can't be pre-planned. There's no leader who can know every scenario and just be ready for everything. That's not realistic.
I disagree. And then I don't know if you know what leadership means. He's the governor, Smitty.
I've always been a leader. I've always been a leader in every situation.
Then why are you defending him? He's the governor, homie. He's not the mayor.
Homie. I'm not talking about any one individual. Your conference was leadership. It wasn't just Newsom. Wasn't just leadership.
He's the leader of all leaders in this state. There's no other person, homie. He's the leader. You're giving him passes for being the ultimate leader. It's like the president of that state. He's the 4th largest economy in the world, and we're giving him a pass and not have a fucking.
But I also understand that, like, I hear you. Somebody has to take the blame. It's like the quarterback of a team. It's like Joe Burrow has to be blamed for the Bengals missing the playoffs, even though there's other context that goes around it. But yeah, we got to put the figure of somebody. So yeah, let's put the figure of Governor Newsom. And I'm not saying that he hasn't done everything by the book or hasn't done anything great. All I'm saying is this: he can't control. If I decide to go outside right now and go to fucking Kenneth Hahn Park or wherever, and I decide to go light some shit on fire and start a fire. There's nothing he can do about that right now. There's nothing he can do about that. If me and you decide to go over here and go start, there's nothing he can do about that. So like, what I'm saying is there's certain things like I hear you, and we all right now we all want to blame somebody because everybody's pissed off, they're stressed, they're sad, people have died, people lost their home. We're very emotional right now, as we should be. But instead of pointing the finger at all these people, let's figure out some solutions. Let's figure out solutions. Let's figure out ways to give back. Let's figure out a way to go help the people who lost their home. Like we so busy just pointing a finger. It was her fault. It was his fault. What are we doing to actually improve the situation? Pointing the finger ain't doing shit. That's wrong. Hold on, Bailey. I see in the background, Bailey rubbing your head. That's the wrong man.
Stop. You're defending everything again, once again. If this happened in Naptown, homie, who you blaming? If this was Naptown right now, who you blaming?
It depends on the situation.
No, it don't. It's the governor. Homie, you act like this is the first fucking fire in California. We have them every year. That's called leadership, homie. The fucking leader's supposed to have a plan. It's not like this the first fire we've ever had in the California history, homie. We have fires every fucking year.
He's been the governor every single year, and it's never gotten as bad. How long have you been the governor here?
How are you defending fucking 8 years plus?
You're right, and that's the first fire, but we've never had it's never been an issue. He's always handled it. It's always been what. Last year we had a fire, and it's always been handled, and we never batted an eye.
No, it hasn't been handled.
Way worse because of whatever reason. So what I'm saying is sometimes things happen that's a little bit out of your control. Sometimes fucking COVID happened and shocked the whole world. Nobody.
Smitty, it's not been handled.
They're grander than your every year type.
Smitty, this hasn't been handled.
You didn't expect this shit to happen the way it happened. That's all I'm saying.
Smitty, this hasn't been handled, homie. We lose Malibu and fucking mudslides every year. What are you talking about? It's not been handled. This guy continues to fail every year.
How do you stop that, though? I guess is what I'm asking you. How do I stop a natural disaster? How do I stop a mudslide? I'm asking you. I'm ignorant. I'm asking you a question. How do I stop a mudslide from happening?
Smitty, it's the fires, is what I'm telling you. How do we not have a reservoir of water? Why is that fucking reservoir empty?
I don't know, but I don't think you and I should be speaking on something that we don't know. Like, I don't think you know either, which is okay. Like, it's okay to not have full knowledge about every single topic. So I'm saying, let's get somebody on here.
It's common sense, Smitty. It's common sense.
There's reasons behind all this is what I'm trying to tell you.
You're cutting out bad. You're cutting out. Yeah, it's common sense, though. The point I'm making, this is not, you don't have to know everything about everything. There is common sense, homie. I don't know if there's California, the driest state per water yearly on rain attainment. We don't get rain. Last year we had the most rain we've had in 30 years. You store that water as a leader. If I'm the head coach and we run out of game belts and game pants and everything else, guess what we do? All the criers and bitches blame the equipment guy. But you know who it's on? Me, the fucking head coach. Because I hired the guy. I'm the account check and balance guy.
Yeah, we gotta blame him.
Passes to the leaders, homie. Like, we deserve better. We deserve a leader. We don't have the buck, homie.
Only thing I'm saying is if somebody else was in office that you like or whatever, I think the same thing happens. That's all I'm saying. I just think it just so happens to be somebody in office who you don't like already. So it's like, it's almost like when you already have a preconceived belief about somebody, and then something happens that feeds your internal belief. It's like, see, I told you he was shitty. See, I told you he was fucking evil. See, I told you he was whatever the case may be. But sometimes it just happens, though.
Can I give you a history lesson? Let me give you a history lesson.
Please do.
We had an actor as our governor here.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
His name was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was an actor. And at the time, Bush and other presidents gave him a directive from the higher ups that understand the climate and all the states, how they operate when we're low water. We were low water. California was the largest drought state in the country during his reign. They told him, hey, Arnold, you got to cut back the brush, all the dry brush and all these things in these areas, high mudslide areas, Pacific Palisades, Malibu, Hollywood Hills, the Valley, Encino, Woodland Hills, Thousand Oaks, all these high brush areas, the San Gabriel Valley. You know what Schwarzenegger did?
What?
We went in there, and we cut all this brush because we had fires in the summer. So if winds came, which we have the Santa Ana winds in California, when they hit us in the winter, we didn't have these type of issues where the wind and the fire combined creates this huge catastrophe because we were leaders and they got preemptive and we cut back and did what we were supposed to do by what the president told them to do. The president at the time, 8 years ago, told this man several times, you need to cut the brush in California because they are the third largest economic place in the world at the time. Now we're fourth. So cut back and do this. Governor Newsom said, no, homie, this is fact. So a lot of you in here need to go figure this out and look it up before you think I'm wrong. He said, no, I don't want anything to do with you because egos get involved in all these things, Smitty. You know and I know, as even a coach, I'm going to tell the assistant sometimes, shut the fuck up, I got it, or this or that. But when it comes to the greater good, when I said no to Netflix, Smitty, but then I talked to Pete Carroll and other guys, and you know what? I said, well, who am I to deny 13, 15, 16 brothers as getting exposed globally by Netflix? Let me do what's right for everyone involved, not just me and my ego. That is where you have to say, this guy is failing at an all-time high because just listen to the liar talk. It's a fucking demon. And everything he says is a lie. And that's just fact because he's coming out and lying about what he was told to do by former presidents, and he didn't do it. And now we're on fire right now because he didn't cut the brush back. He didn't fill the reservoirs of water. He don't have the fucking hydrants. And I'm going to be clear, Smitty, if you and I go back over a fire hydrant right now out in your street, what's going to come out of it?
Water.
But why are they empty?
I don't know.
Come on, homie.
I don't know.
People, I know. I'm not saying you're supposed to know. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying
I know.
wake up. People have to fucking wake up because people are running over fire hydrants to prove there's water in there. All over LA. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok videos. If you've seen these videos, there's a broad that's just running over fire hydrants in LA right now. And downtown LA was underwater yesterday if you hadn't seen it. And they're saying, why are we using this fucking water on Palisades? Why are we using this fucking water on Hollywood? The people are tired of it, Smitty. We're tired of lies that the government keeps feeding us. You and I both, regardless of our political beliefs, we should be tired of the lies that is destroying not only California, all the fucking states in the country that have been attacked since whenever, and we continue to have all these issues across every state because it's coming to a state near you. It ain't just California, Texas. Texas had a grid issue, a power grid issue. The state of Texas, which is size of fucking Russia, has a power grid issue when it gets cold. Now, how the fuck are we in America? Is it a third world country? California don't have water in a reservoir? What? California that lives on the fucking Pacific Ocean don't have water? Come on, dog. We got to stop believing the bullshit and start calling people out for what they are. And I'm just saying, at some point, the people are tired and we're going to have a fucking civil war in our hands if motherfuckers don't start taking it serious. We can't just continue to lose our people's shit. Like if your family was here and you just lost their lifelong house that their mom, dad, grandpa gave them. We're pissed right now, homie. I got two homies.
Like, don't get this twisted. We're just having a conversation about who to blame. I know people at work, and I got peers. I know people who are affected personally. So I'm come on, we on the same page with that. I'm just saying, right now, I'm just seeing a lot of just finger pointing, and that's fine. It's Governor Newsom is the problem. Cool. All right, bet. What we doing now? Like, what's next? I just think from a solution. The way I'm wired, I'm solution based. It's how my mind. What's the solution? We can point fingers and argue and yell all day. That's cool. That sounds fun. What's the solution? Is it getting them out? Okay. All right. What's that process like? Is it? But I care about the people who lost their shit and how can we help them out? That's what I'm saying. Can we spend more time on that for now and then figure out if it's a bigger problem, a bigger picture, if that's getting Newsom out or getting whoever out or whatever. Let's figure that out. But I'm saying we're spending so much time pointing the finger and being mad and arguing that this. Okay, let's spend more that same energy to help the people out who lost their shit. That's all I'm really saying. I'm not I'm not a political guy, so I don't know the history about California. I don't know who. I'm not from here. I don't know who did what, who didn't do what, whatever. I'm talking about simple humanity, and I'm focused on how can we help the people out. Is all I'm saying right now. And I think
why are you asking now?
Doing this, and that's not helping anything at all. It's at all not doing.
So that's why you're thinking, along with millions of other people in this country, so fucking backwards. Why are you only worried about the people now? Why are you only worried about what's been happening?
You always care about people, but I mean, if shit ain't happening, then
there's not an attack on you. What I'm saying is, why are you and everyone else only worried about what's happened to the people now, today, since their fucking houses burned down? See, again, we don't think outside the box, homie. This is the whole discussion we're having. This is why I say leaders create more leaders, not more followers, because of this very thinking right here. If we're only worried about having 8 more young brothers got shot in Chicago, man, T's and P's to their family. But where were you preemptive, not post? I'm tired of seeing the post tweets about the death in our cities, our hoods, our inner cities, our youth. I want to see the fucking preemptive strike from it. We have to get ahead of it, homie. That's what leaders do. Stop talking about, man, I'm just worried about what happened since the fires. We could have stopped the fires, homie, if we would have been preemptive, not post.
That's on all of us, though. Like that conversation, that broader conversation is no one really thinks about shit until the shit happens. That's just because we're all selfish, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm saying JB got his own life, his day-to-day struggles, his day-to-day shit he got to worry about. I got my own life and shit I got to worry about in my bubble. And sometimes it's hard to think about everybody else's shit because you worry about your own shit until
then you shouldn't be a leader.
Someone else's shit, and then it's like, damn, it makes you open your mind. You're right. We should be doing proactive stuff for homeless, for fire hazard,
but we don't do it.
Street guys, gang for that. But that's not just the governor or the mayor or the president or none of that. That's us too. You in the community. You could start something right now. I can start something. There's people who actually do that, who actually do stuff to give back to gang to help with kids in gang affiliated areas, and people actually do that.
It's after though.
We don't think about that stuff a lot of time, unfortunately, until shit happens. I don't know why. That's just what it is. That's just life. It's always
after. It's all after, Smitty.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like that's my point, though. That's homie. So let me ask you. You can't just be a leader if you're not a visionary, and if you don't have a forward thought process and a goal-setting agenda. You can't be a leader, homie, and then we're over here making excuses for leaders. So then, what are we making for the clerks and the fucking the baggers and grocery baggers? Like that, we should be cutting their asses left and right if we're fucking giving the leaders excuses. Like the leaders are created. Leaders don't fall off trees, dog. I'm just telling you, we're acting as if they just fall off trees around here. Then stop giving these leaders who are getting Smitty. You get a leadership role and you get paid handsomely for it. Like, it's not like this guy was forced in and didn't want to take the job.
I'm with you. I'm not here trying to defend. I don't care about Newsom. He means nothing to me. I'm just giving out a broader conversation. This is for clarity. This isn't a defense of Newsom. I don't give two fuss about Newsom or anybody politically. I'm not talking nobody in here. I'm giving a bigger conversation of that. We are pointing a finger at a lot of stuff, and it's be honest, the Fires. I'm glad you brought this up. We are reactive instead of proactive. That's all of us. And yes, you want the leaders of the community, the mayor, the governor. You want to start from them. But I'm saying this goes beyond just them. This goes to humanity and people in general. Like I said, there's people out here who are proactive in different categories, and they got groups and foundations, and they're putting together money. They do different things to try to give back. So we're all guilty of being reactive. We don't talk about shit until it happens either. You, all humans, that's what we do for whatever reason. And I think it's because we got our own shit going on. So we're not thinking about shit until it becomes big.
Here's the problem. When we think about appeasing the masses is when we are most vulnerable. And that's just human nature. That's life. When countries lose wars, it's because they try to appease the masses instead of focus on actual individual battles, and then that will ultimately win the war. We have always won wars because we won the battles that were inside of the war. We're losing all the battles inside the bigger picture here, especially in California, when we want to hire made-up humans as our fire chief, and we want to be equitable, and we want to talk about all that over actual events that may occur, being proactive, that we have to fight a fire that's out of control right now in our state because we were worried about diversity and equity and all this other shit prior to the hires. So we did all this shit and excluded the fact that if a catastrophe were to break out, we have not forward thought to have reservoirs and hydrants of water. That is a leadership failure at the precipice. That's where you start leadership discussions. That's the definition of it. Proactive. Be in front of it, not behind it. How are you a leader and you're behind the fucking shit? Like, I've never heard of that anywhere. That doesn't make sense. But we worried about hiring these guys. We worried about firing guys because they didn't want to take a shot. Well, guess what? You're 100 firemen short right now, and they all got fired because they didn't take the shot. So, oh shit, now we're short on guys. Now we're short on fire trucks because guess what? This demonic fuck cut us $100 million on the budget. And then LA's mayor cut us $17.9 more million. So guess what? Yes, the fire chief, the made-up human, is even come out, I give it credit, and called the mayor out and said, yeah, the $17 million definitely has affected this firefight that was cut. And then I'm the first one to bash this community note shit on Twitter because I think it's bullshit. They're just community noting the shit out of your boy Newsom. Everything he said has apparently been a lie. He literally fought and cut $100 million 2 years ago, and he just lied yesterday and said he did it. But I remember doing it because we were voting here about it. And I'm like, why are you fucking cutting $100 million to our fire department? Because my homie was the fire chief in Long Beach. And he's like, man, we're about to be fucked 2 years ago. And now this guy's lying and saying he didn't cut us. He literally cut us $100 million and he voted on it. Smitty, it's unbelievable the shit he's doing, homie. We got to stop doing it. And I know we're just talking California, and Smitty lives here now and loves this place, and he's said it. My thing is, the looting, the criminal acts, all this shit. This motherfucker's coming out now saying no tolerance. We're going to arrest them, blah, blah, blah. You put this into writing, Newsom. You said you can steal up to $900. Smitty and I have been discussing it on the show. And both of us disagreed. You put together a bill that allowed you to steal in public and not be arrested. And now you won't tolerate it? You created it. I don't know, man. The greatest state in the union has become the worst, and it's unbelievable.
Hey, in summation, it's my fault. At the end of the day, all this shit is me. Fires me, Newsom me. It's all me at the end of the day.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's Smitty's fault. Hey, y'all, hey, stick around. We got big time guests joining us. It's Monday. We got NFL playoff talks on the second hour. And we're going to be back here in a minute. JB, you got one more comment. I can see your face. Walter James. I thought this was a sports show. Can we talk sports? The chat is killing me right now. Darnell Smitty, dumb as a motherfucker. This motherfucker stupid.
I thought
I love y'all
Arnold
too,
Schwarzenegger.
chat.
I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was in The Predator, not Walter James. Predator looking at motherfucker look like the Predator.
He want to hear sports. You a football coach. I'm a former football player. He want to hear
talking sports the whole time. We've been talking sports all the time. This is the Coach JB show with Big Smitty. Does it say the Coach JB sports show?
No, it don't. But
does it say
you built your brand. You built your brand upon sports,
matter.
so you can't expect the fans to not want to hear
that
sports.
That gives me out though. Gives me out because it's a show. We're a show. Smitty's a content creator. We're a show. So Darnell Smith is a content creator on a show that allows us to talk about anything that a show would talk about. So, but we'll be back in 5 minutes about some sports, by the way.
My car,
and
give me something to drink. I'm gonna be right back in 4 minutes. Don't go nowhere.
And Deion Sanders is leaving Colorado, but what do I know?
Oh, he's not.
We'll see you back in 5.
What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Yo, kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash, electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I
JB.
might race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is the real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
This is nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
oh, this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their Amazon store.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
This has come out with a show called Wax to Riches, highlighting the lives of the wives and girlfriends of sports stars. It includes the wags of Chad Ochocinco, Tyreek Hill, and Robbie Chosen Anderson. And I gotta show you this trailer right now, JB.
Time out. Start over. What?
Wags to Riches. Wags, W-A-G-S, stands for wives and girlfriends. So it's the wives and girlfriends of sports stars. So you have Chad Ochocinco's ex-girl, actually. This probably got pre-recorded before they broke up. You got Tyreek Hill's wife and Robbie Chosen Anderson's girl as well. We have a trailer right here. We're going to watch it.
Robbie Chosen Anderson.
The receiver who changed his name to Chosen. He was with the Jets, I believe, and he moved to the Panthers.
I don't know if I want to see this.
He's
This
a
is
fair
another
receiver. Well, we're going to show it for the fans regardless, so take a listen.
Old definition of wags was like, oh, I'm a kept bitch, but now I'm making my money. That's the new wags.
Camera action. I'm loud. In this circle, all with high-profile men that elevate us, but we elevate their ass too. We have our own businesses. 2 hustlers are better than 1.
Even being with the athlete, never financially depend on a man.
Your girl be a rich-ass developer.
So, I mean, listen, I probably tune into the show with my girl. You know, my girl like to watch little stuff like that sometimes. So I'll probably be with her, watch it with her. You know what I'm saying? Before we make love on the living room couch. So I don't know nothing about none of these dudes' girls. The only person I kind of know a little bit about is Chad's old girl, because she is her own boss. Like she's really deep into the real estate. She had her own like reality real estate show on Netflix before. The other ladies, I don't know what they do at all. I've never seen them before at all. But JB, I'm sure you're gonna be watching that with probably some of your AEs next couple of weeks, or what's your plan?
First of all, I don't watch Netflix. Second of all, I wouldn't go to your house and sit on your couch ever again, or ever. I never have yet, but I never will. So thanks for.
You tell me you ain't ever fucked on your couch? Don't lie.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard what I said.
No, I haven't.
You never fucked on your couch ever in your life.
And first of all, rephrase what you said, homie. You just said, you're telling me you've never gotten fucked on your couch.
No,
that
I said no. Rewind it. Flip that off and put it on the no.
Holy shit! No, I haven't got fucked.
Say that.
I haven't got fucked on my couch.
I did not say that, homie. Dead homie.
And by
say that.
And by the way, yeah, I don't get fucked.
Dead homie.
By the way,
say that. You do get tongue fucked down there.
By the way, though,
I didn't ask you that, homie.
Contrary to your belief, though.
You get all.
I got multiple rooms. I do most of the shit like in the theater or the lounge. You know, I don't do that on the couches because the couches stay. You know, I'm never in there, Smitty. Have you ever seen me in there?
You're right, because like you got that. It's white. You got the car. Yeah, you real particular about your couch. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't let the,
you fucking the lounge on the cigar table before. On the bar.
Not on a cigar table. Too high. No. On a stool though. The stool is the best way to fuck a bitch. She straddles this.
Okay.
You know that, right?
You talking about you straddle and you lean her over and you keep the ass off the edge?
Yeah, only like this. She sit on the motherfucker. I don't want to demonstrate, but she sit on it like this. Homie, like sitting at the bar. But the ass is off.
Get off the chair.
But anyway, have you ever seen a bitch straddle the chair? This is the best fucking right here ever.
He doubled down, homie.
Best fucking ever though. Just imagine the bitch on this, homie, and then like you standing behind her, obviously, and then she leaned forward. I'm not gonna lean forward, but she leaned forward.
JB, how she be sitting, JB?
She sit on the chair like she had a bar, homie. You gotta put the ass off, homie. You gotta put the ass off. You gotta put the ass off, homie.
In 20 minutes, I'm going to move my car. I have time right now. Hey, make sure y'all go become a member. Subscribe, man. Listen, we are locked in. Make sure you become a member of our other, or subscribe to our other channel as well. We'll be putting some exclusive content on there. Hey, man, I'm just so thankful for this show, man. We talk about everything, man. We talk about playoffs, elections, fire, stuff going on locally. JB might run for mayor. Like, so much going on, man. We talk about everything on this show. And I just thankful for the platform. And make sure, I hope y'all thankful. Whether you agree, you disagree, you hate or you love, you here, man. Shout out to Roth Morrison, who said, go move your car before the show, bro. You're right. I could do that, but I'm not. So mind your business, Mr. Morrison. There's reason behind everything, Mr. Morrison. Understand that. And I don't need to explain that to you. You're nobody. You do nothing to serve my life. I was good before you. I'm good while you're here. I'll be good after you're gone. If we deleted you right now, it would do nothing to me. Nothing would happen. That comment did nothing for me just now. It was a waste of breath and a waste of time. And starting right now, I'm not going to ever meet you ever again. So, JB, man, what we got next, though, man? I know we got some guests coming on here soon. It's 7:44. We didn't went straight 2 hours, just with no break. We just kind of was rolling.
Bailey, show Smitty and I yesterday on the boat.
No! Yeah, I'll go back to the water. Tell me, going the wrong way.
Clint, put the hook on it. No, fuck it, just peel out. Oh my God.
This is literally up.
Back it up. Back it up. Just back it up.
Okay, Smitty. This is my little boat. Smitty was driving. I told him to hold on before he left. I wasn't strapped up. Bottom of the story, bottom line is this white people shit, 1,000%. And this was my little boat. And Smitty's scared of the boat and don't know how to drive.
Who thinks it be true, homie? I'm not scared of the boat. I'm scared of the water, homie. Because we don't know what's in it. We saw all types of stuff out there. But yeah, that was the situation. Plus, for those who didn't tune in, when we first got to the yacht, we're getting things set up. We're getting things, we'll make sure we're releasing the gas fumes. That's something you got to do so it don't blow up. He has 2 engines on his yacht. He starts the first one up. Sound beautiful. Sounded great. He started the second one up. That motherfucker said, I said, hold up, homie. JB laid down on the ground on the boat. I had to put the flashlight on there. He started playing with wires. He don't know what he's doing. He's not a repairman. He played with the wires, moved some stuff around, and then 5 minutes later, engine comes on. So I'm already spooked. I'm like, homie, are you sure it's safe to leave the dock and go out into the middle of the ocean after we just heard this happen? He's all, we good, bro. We can ride on one. We don't need both engines. It's good. Woo. So off the bat, I'm already kind of like paranoid and nervous. Myself, Roy, who was on the yacht as well, he's nervous. He didn't even want to get on the yacht. He was standing on the dock until we literally left. And literally until we left. He did not want to get on the yacht. So a lot went down, but I'm glad we did it for y'all. Put my life on the line for y'all. And we had a good time. And for those who tuned in, hey, you saw what we did. If you didn't tune in, you missed out. It's what it is. And Fred Hamlin, first of all, you're not a member, so you're irrelevant. You're watching on Twitter. Second of all, I'm not acting hard. I never came on the show, said I was gangster, a thug. People who know me back home, never been that. I went the sports route, homie. I good grades, all that. But you're going to respect me always. I'm as a man. That's what it is. Nobody acting hard, homie. I can't even see it. You playing golf, homie? What you doing in them little ass shorts on? Go put some grown man pants on, Fred Hamlin. What we got next, Jason? I mean, it's gonna be a problem with me versus your fans, Jason, because they all 80% your fans, and it's gonna end up being beef, and I'm gonna end up seeing them in the streets, and I'm gonna have to hurt somebody. I already see it. It's gonna happen.
Hey, Bailey, can you share this?
Dead homie, Jesse. Yeah, dead homie.
Can you share the screen right here? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Smitty. You see this?
Yeah, I see that.
That's crazy how Roy's camera like a movie.
Boy, if you put like a little instrumental underneath this, it'd be crazy. Like a crazy intro.
I got it.
There you go.
Hey, shout out, man, to Roy. And we got a lot. He sent me a lot of shit, Smitty. I got a lot of shit, good shit of us. I'm not sharing it with you, but I got a lot of good shit you could probably use to make some money
Morse
and shit.
But me first. God in heaven. He already sent me all the pictures, everything. Only thing Roy asks is that we tag him.
So time out. Did I get the engine running? Yes, I did. Because did I tell you what it was and the reason why? Yes, I did. I told you why. I had a switch on. It was wrong. I had to adjust some, and it started right up. Everything was fine. Did it run like a champion or not?
It ran great. After you moved the wires, it was perfect.
It wasn't no move the wires, homie. It was a switch.
Line. Try me in person. If you live in LA and you see me, I'm very outside. I'm not some big time rich dude security. I'm in the community. I'm in Inglewood. I was in Gardena yesterday. I'm outside. So you the main culprit. We talk a lot of shit. So if you from out here and you in LA, come disrespect me to my face and then just see what happens. And then we'll find out. All the talking and the texting and typing, that's like easy to do because you're protected. You ain't even got your picture on here. You got fucking Kobe on here, homie. You got this ain't even you on here. So you're scared to even show your face. That's how pussy you are. You don't even show your face. So see me outside, come try me, and then we'll find out. Maybe you're right. Maybe I won't do anything. Maybe you'll come to my face, call me a bitch. Just maybe I'll just sit there and not do anything. But just come try it, and then we'll find out, and then we'll see. JB, Eddie, when it comes to the Super Bowl party, is that possible?
Smitty would never have addressed anybody a year ago. Smitty has come full circle. Smitty is so ready to take the next leap in his life, and as he hits adulthood, turning 31, he is ready for smoke. And it's crazy how a lot of bitch cats in here are so eager to come at two people that do a show for them. Yep. Every day. We went to a boat. We got up at 3 a.m, drove and went on a yacht, took you out on the yachts. And you guys have no respect. It's unbelievable. This is what's happened to society, though, when you didn't get your bitch asses smacked by your mama and your daddy. Because your mama and daddy didn't smack your bitch asses, and what happens is you think you are this person until you get to in person and real, and you're in front of me, and then all of a sudden you got scabs on your knees because you suck dicks. And I'm just gonna be honest, that's what you do. You kiss my ass in public, and then you'll go on Twitter and say, I fuck JB up. But you won't. You're pussy. You're pussy.
I love that people in the chat really think I'm like soft. I it's funny. I like it. Like I'm glad they think that. I hope they try it.
It really just it's unbelievable. The cowardness that we've created, man, with social media. Just
think
unbelievable.
about it, JB. Like as an ex-football player, and sometimes, and you'll probably get this. As a man, sometimes like I miss having the ability and the freedom to go hit somebody and just be physical. Like football, like it didn't matter what you was going through in life, you always had an opportunity in practice of the games to go legally hurt somebody. And you don't know how helpful that was at certain times, you know what I'm saying, when you could just go out there and do that. But now as a regular person in society, it's not, I just can't just go hit somebody in the mouth. I can't just go hit somebody in the chest without there being an incident. So I hope somebody tries me one day just so I can just get back to just showing what I can do. Sometimes you got to do that. We got a comment right here from Benny Blanco from the Bronx. I loved past tense the show. That wasn't the first time y'all did a show on the yacht. Shout out to Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
So that wasn't the first time he said. He knows our show. He said we've done plenty on the yacht.
Maybe he's talking about like just, I don't know, maybe he's talking about Instagram content that you posted and he thought he mistaked that for like a show because
maybe Smitty moving forward, since we're in 2025, you should just call him out for the bitch liar he is. Just say it, Smitty. Just tell the truth and say, hey, Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Benny Blanco from the Bronx. That is the absolute first time we've ever done a show on the boat.
He showed love, though, homie. He showed love, so it's kind of like a catch-22.
No. We got to be honest here. We got to tell the truth. No matter who's the truth teller, it doesn't matter as long as you say the truth. Vinny Blanco, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Bronx,
and that is our first time we've ever done the show on the yacht. So just shut the fuck up and enjoy it. But that's the first time. So don't say that's not our first time. Anyway, Smitty, we got a great guest in.
Ooh. And
he was mentioned this morning on ESPN. And I don't even know if he knows he was mentioned on ESPN this morning because ESPN talked up, Get Up came on, Greeny, and they had Rex Ryan and all these guys. And they were like, man, Tampa continues to lose games. They haven't won since Shaun King was there. And I was like, it woke me up. It woke me up, and I was like, wait up. And they showed Shaun. So Shaun maybe you might want to look this up. They actually showed Shaun drop back, throw a pass, and I was like, damn. So I didn't catch why they mentioned Shaun.
Touchdown, ran it in.
Nah, he don't like Keyshawn. I didn't know why he. I don't know why.
Keyshawn, so I'm the mediator. Keyshawn the homie, Shaun the homie. So I'm gonna bring them together.
I don't know why they brought him up. I really don't. Because I didn't catch it, and then I don't know. So
hey, Tone, I already know, Tone. That's why it's all funny to me. I know they all YouTube gangsters, homie.
Hey, let's bring them in the right way, Bailey.
What's going on, Mr. King?
What's happening?
You in a hell of a mood
Shaun,
today, boy.
Everything you said on the boat, on the yacht the other day was wrong. So I just want to clarify and be clear on that. Everything you said was off.
You was clowning us the other day. Like, I don't know what you
listen. I simply was reading the comments out loud. I went to the comment section and I was regurgitating what they had wrote. So if y'all got a beef, take it up with the chat.
But why was you laughing so hard? That's the bigger question.
Because the shit was funny.
It's always the one that's laughing hard. That's the one I fuck with the chat saying. I expect that from the chat. You are brother. You are.
Hey, shout out to the chat. They were prying Richard Pryor on Friday. They was on y'all back.
Hey, Shaun, we got a lot of show content to catch up with because Smitty and I have been arguing. And if you're from the hood and you're arguing, you don't say the word. It's like argue. Like if you ever watched Debo and Friday, we spent the whole time arguing. We got a lot to discuss. Shaun. So we're going to make you the third wheel here and help us out because we got a lot going on in sports world. And Deion Sanders reportedly has strong interest, Smitty, in the Las Vegas Raiders. But what do I know? He will not be a Colorado Buff. In 25, I think he's going to be gone somewhere. Yeah. Where you at with this? Shaun? Go ahead, dive into it.
So,
Shaun, I've been saying this, but anyway.
If Antonio Pierce had not won 2 of the last 3 games, I think this is a no-brainer. Because I think then the Raiders can guarantee they get to select Shador.
Oh.
The hesitancy is they're sitting at 6, so they don't really control Shador's destination. And if you're Deion and you're going to go to the pros, why go somewhere that doesn't have a quarterback and lacks offensive weaponry, especially if you can't, guarantee that you're going to get your son. But I'll say this, just another way to look at this. Deion's an empty nester for the first time in his life. Go all the way back to high school. He's always, when he's coached, been coaching either Shiloh, Shador, Bucky, or all 3 or both. And so now he walked back in that Colorado building, Shiloh and Shador gone, and his adopted son, Travis Hunter, are gone. This shit hit different in college. When you get in that room and the faces are unfamiliar and you're unsure about the results. And it's still the same amount, if not more work. And it starts making you think about, damn, should I go ahead and bounce now? Colorado ain't as much fun. Deion talking about he loved Boulder. Yeah, he loved Boulder. When he could see his boys and the daughter was there initially.
Yeah.
It hit different now. He go to that house, it's empty. You know, he broke up with Babyface X.
Woo.
I mean, being in that big old house, you know, by it hit different.
He lonely?
He lonely. He want to be involved with his boys. And the process leading up to the draft is hard to do that if you're a college coach. And you're getting ready for mat drills. And then you got spring football. And all of that stuff going on. So it'll be interesting.
It is interesting. You make a hell of a point, man. I saw yesterday. I think it was yesterday. He had like the first team meeting for this new team, whatever. He put it on his IG, and then Bailey just showed that although Deion might have some interest in the Raiders, allegedly the Raiders don't have any interest in Deion. Now, again, I don't know, how verified that is or where that's coming from exactly, but I mean, if that's the case, then it don't matter what Deion feel like. If the Raiders ain't got no interest in him, then his butt gonna be right there in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think he'll be in Colorado for at least this next year. You know what I'm saying? Kind of go out here, really prove himself, to your point, Shaun, that he can be successful in a situation where it's the unknown, where he don't have a guaranteed quarterback in Shador, or having his son, or having arguably the best player in the country in Travis Hunter. I think he goes out here, proves himself, have another good year, make a bowl game, and then that following season, I wouldn't be shocked if he left at that point. I just think if he leaves right now, it kind of feels like he did.
JB, before you chime in, that's the fear, Smitty. I've been saying this the whole time. That's why I've been saying if he can get out of Colorado, get out. The best roster they ever were going to have was when Shador, Shiloh, and Travis were there. And guys were coming to play with those guys. They will never have a roster as talented as the one they just had, and that one wasn't good enough.
It's hard to win in Colorado in this landscape, because I'm just telling you, if you look at it, it's either indoor area or just a place like, that's got so much more money that they can overcome the weather obstacles in Ohio State, in a Notre Dame, in a Texas, Oregon. Let's be honest, like UCLA, USC, warm weather cities should be dominant, but they're not, because nobody cares anymore. It's about the bag. So if you can win with the bag, if you can get the money, Colorado lacks in two areas: weather and the bag. So
and JB, I love Coach Prime, but then you add in the fact that he's taking the approach of recruiting. I'm not going to get on the road and go to high schools. I'm not going to get on the road and in-home visit. I mean,
he just got a 5-star quarterback doing that same method, though. So I don't know.
So Smitty,
5-star left tackle.
So Smitty, watch. All that does is says, okay, instead of fishing in 100 ponds, you probably only can fish in 3. He's basically taking the approach and recruiting. We're only going to recruit kids that are interested in us. And that means you're eliminating a whole lot of elite talent by taking that approach.
You are.
The best of the best aren't going to just be like, I want to go to Colorado. They're going to listen to Kirby Smart. They're going to listen to Dan Lannon. They're going to listen to Ryan Day. They're going to listen to Marcus Freeman. You're going to have to get on the road. You're going to have to go out-recruit those guys for a kid that's a superstar.
Marcus Freeman might be in Chicago next year. That's another conversation.
He ain't going nowhere.
Here's the other issue, though, that no one wants to talk about. You don't have you're not creating a culture when you lose. And I'm just going to be honest, if you know how to build a program, and if you ever have built a program, you'll understand what I'm saying. You got to have an O-line coach that's with you for some time. And the OC with that O-line guy, and then the head coach, has to have a camaraderie with those three. You can replace DCs on occasion if you have a culture built in a program, but O-line and OC seems to be something that's going to be very, very hard to change in and out every year. Also, when you have new players, you're basically starting over every semester. Players and talent and system. And your O-line, which is your nuts and bolts. I'm just telling you, man, it's almost impossible.
JB, from that video, looks like they changed strength and conditioning coordinators too.
Hey, Shaun, this is the name of the game now. Like, It is and it isn't, because like I don't know if you're going to lose all that at a Georgia or a Clemson or an Ohio State. You'll add maybe to it, but I don't know if you're going to lose, because Smitty will tell you I'm not in agreement, but Smitty and you and Smitty are both probably in agreement, and I understand it. Your strength conditioning coach now is around your team 90% of the time.
Hell yeah.
They're around the team 60% of the time more than the head coach. So if that's the case, then in your guys' belief, then that's huge. Culturally, philosophically, ideology, everything comes from that guy. If you're changing that out too, then I don't know. I don't know if Bailey knows if they changed him out or not, or if he's
He spoke in the video in the team meeting. That was the black dude, the last black dude with the
Yes,
mic.
they hired the old Miami strength and conditioning coach. I think he's going to do a hell of a job.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of job. I'm not questioning the job. I'm just saying I wanted to make a point that you were talking about O-line coach switch, or they switched strength and conditioning.
Yeah, they haven't.
Here's what this year gonna tell me, Bailey. Here's what this year gonna tell me. Because when you're Dion, you're like Brady, in that you got a whole lot of different options. He can go back into broadcasting. He can go back into pregame show television. He can go branch out, do his own thing. If he's still coaching mid-season next year, then I know he's really going to stay in coaching. But this year going to test that commitment.
Absolutely. I just think that with Prime, there's a lot more moving pieces than the outside public might look at. It's not just Shedeur and Travis are leaving and then he's got nothing. First of all, I think he's very eager to coach without Shedeur and Travis, because now he doesn't have to be the dad coach. He can just be a coach, like you said. It's one of the first things he said in the meeting. The other thing, I really don't see him leaving. I think we need to look at like his son, Junior. I don't think he's very open about where he's going. Junior's like, I'm staying here in Colorado with your dad. There's a lot of moving pieces to it, so I don't think it's just Prime leaving. He really screw his oldest son as well, which I know he cares about.
2 questions, Bailey, before you get out of here. Did he sound believable when he said, "I don't have to be a dad; I just can be a coach"? And 2, where the hell else can Bucky go?
It's a good question. I mean, the other play, he would go where Shedeur would go, essentially, or Travis, and keep doing what he's doing to the extent that he can. Or he'd stay with his dad, one of the two. And is it believable? It's really I think it's believable. It's up to you. What do you think it's believable?
he sound more like, damn, I miss my sons than, well, I'm happy they're gone.
Well, I'm sure there's part of that for sure, but I don't know. I think he's very eager.
And I don't want anybody listening or watching this to get it wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong for feeling that way. I called him an empty nester. Every parent goes through it. When you've invested and spent so much of your commitment from a time standpoint to helping your kids become successful, and all of a sudden they're gone. I mean, that's an emotional roller coaster every parent goes down.
As a coach, though, I guess my pushback would be, for example, Travis Hunter wasn't his actual blood kid, but he became his kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a coach, man, it's gonna be another kid on that team that he's gonna get close to. There's gonna be another kid or a couple kids that becomes like his quote unquote kid. JB calls all his players to this day like his kids, his babies. He got emotional when Tank Dell got hurt, and he blamed the offensive coordinator for the scheme that he feels like led to him getting hurt. Why did he get emotional? Because he feels like that's his kid. It's not always got to be blood. Of course, blood kid is going to be a little different. I'm not arguing that, Shaun. But my point is, I think he really loves being a leader amongst young men and truly being able to connect with them on a deeper level than just the football field. That's my perspective. There's some things. Oh, go ahead, Shaun. I'm sorry.
So you make a good point, but it's not the right point, because there's a context attached to these relationships that you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter was the Heisman Trophy winner. Shedeur Sanders could potentially be the #1 quarterback selected. So as a coach, when you have a relationship with a kid, you just pray that out of 10 years of coaching, 1 out of those 10, that kid is the caliber of player that Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders are. He's going to have relationships with kids that he likes, but all those kids going to be the quality of player of the ones he just had exit the building.
Right. Now, I hear. I guess my point in saying that is that I think he's going to continue coaching because he's doing it for more than just the wins and losses, in my opinion. That's that.
You ready to hear? You guys ready to hear the real shit now?
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to the shirt.
Play the
game, homie.
Coach JB.
Okay, let me give you this. Now let's talk real shit. All your fantasy land takes. All your fantasy takes were good. All good. I love you and Bailey Smitty. I love your fantasy takes. Here's the truth. Okay,
Bailey McChesney.
When you remove your strength conditioning coach and you replace him every year, and when you remove your O-line coach and replace him every year, and you remove all your players and get new ones every year, you know what that's called? The fucking NFL. The NFL and college football are inclusive now. They're the same. You pay to play now. So guess what Deion can do and not have to recruit and not have to worry about anything? Go to the NFL. That's what it is. It's the same shit. Don't raise your hand, Darnell. So I have to say, this is what's happening. It's a recipe for disaster for a coach who wants to build a culture and do what Smitty thinks he needs to do and be around young men, which I don't fight. I believe you're right. I think Deion wants to be around young kids and help them. I'm just saying, when you got new ones every semester, just telling you, Smitty, that's a recipe for disaster overall when you're trying to build something to win a natty. Why is Deion at Colorado if it's not to win a natty? He's not there to win 8 games and 9 games, homie. He's supposed to win a natty. He's Deion Sanders. Anything under than that is a disappointment with his brand. He's too big of a brand to be mediocre. He's too big of a brand to be mediocre. So guess where you can be mediocre and not be scrutinized as much? The NFL.
But you act like Deion runs away from scrutiny and runs away from criticism. He's not going to run to the NFL because, I can't handle the pressure. My thing is, you made a good point. You said that college football and NFL are the same now. If they're the same, why am I leaving there? When I got full control and everything right now in my current situation. Only reason he leaves is if he can go coach his son. He actually said that. He said, if I can go coach both my boys, then I'll go. I will go. Other than that, he said he don't want to deal with the egos and all that of these NFL players. That came out of his mouth. Now, to Shaun's point, could he be lying? Sure, maybe he is. But I can only speak on what I see and what he said.
Nobody. The difference in the NFL is to Shaun's point. In the NFL, he doesn't have to leave the office ever. He doesn't have to do anything as far as recruiting or even take the scrutiny of not recruiting high school kids. He's going to continue to take those scrutinies, especially if he doesn't win. And now we're going to say, it's because he don't recruit. Well, you don't have to deal with any of that in the NFL. So that's all I'm saying.
And I'll say this to anybody that says the NFL and college are the same. They're not, because in the NFL, there's a salary cap. So that creates a competitive balance among the 32 participants. In college, it's big bank take little bank.
That's facts. We talk about that all day, man. But let's move on. Obviously, big time wild card weekend, man. I want to start off specifically with last night's game. Probably the best game.
Well, they were terrible. What a terrible weekend in NFL football.
Well, I thought the best game of the weekend, though, was the game we're going to talk about right now. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders took out Shaun King's Bucks. And this was the Washington's first win since 2006. First playoff win since 2006. Giants wideout Malik Neighbors was actually at the game cheering on Jaden Daniels and the Commanders and was very excited when the Commanders won, obviously despite him playing for the Giants. So let me start with Jason on this one. First of all, what's your reaction to Jaden Daniels kind of leaving and getting his first playoff win? But then secondly, respond to Malik Neighbors being there at the game and cheering on his former college teammate. You have an issue with that?
Hey, JB, before you answer, just so you know, Brian Thomas was there as well. They were sitting next to each other. Both his receivers.
Supporting their teammate, right. And real quick, I don't have any issue with this at all. I have zero issue with it. But go ahead.
Why are we talking about it?
Because our producer put it in the rundown to see if you would have any issue with it. I have zero issue with it. They're out the playoff. This is their home. This is like actual homie, they friend. Play college ball together. There's zero issue. I'm sure people online are probably speculating. Do these guys want to go play in Washington?
They do.
They probably do. Yeah, they probably do play with their quarterback. Why wouldn't they? Right? they're in bad situations. But I think they're just supporting their guy. I was cheering like them yesterday because my boy Shaun and Day's on the team. I'm in the crib cheering. Like, that's their homie.
Yeah.
You gonna cheer for their homie.
I'm not even my old ass has an issue because we already created a soft ass culture. This is the jersey swap era already, so it is what it is. You didn't think they was going to show up? I heard, and this is what I've heard. There was 20 LSU players there.
That's dope. I don't care what you say. That's dope to me. That's not soft. That's not any era. That's not soft. Nothing. We're out.
They're not playing. They're not playing. That's like me calling my boys to come watch me coach. They ain't no different.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the quality of Jaden Daniels' leadership too.
100%.
And Jaden's a great kid. Jaden's a great kid. Knowing him, he's a great kid.
And think about all you Bears fans out there. Y'all could have had Jaden Daniels and Brian Thomas Jr. and y'all took Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. Y'all deserve to suck.
Shaun, why you keep rubbing in their face every chance you get?
Because they called me every name but a child of God when I went on the radio in Chicago right after the draft and criticized and ridiculed Ryan Poles and told him Eberflus and those guys didn't know what they were doing. They told me they were going to win the damn NFC North. And I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So I keep receipts, so I had to come back and show some of the receipts.
I love it.
Having said that, way to just blow the bag, Tampa. Are you serious? Like, it's one thing to lose a game. It's another thing to self-destruct. Tampa lost this game because Baker Mayfield snapped the ball late on a jet sweep and fumbled the handoff to McMillan.
Yep.
Then Tampa's driving down the field on 3rd and 1. The center snaps the ball when it's a no-snap situation.
Right.
And instead of potentially getting a 1st and goal, they end up having to kick a field goal and tie the game. Way to self-destruct, Tampa.
Those 2 big plays.
Do you have the logo, Bailey, of me like this? But what do I know? I just want to know, do I have the what do I know logo handy? Because you know what? On this show, even on the yacht show, I said Washington hands down is going to win the game because of Baker Mayfield. He just can't perform when it matters. When the lights are bright, he's a choke artist. He's definitely a guy that you just don't want in big scenarios. He's proven it. He is what he is. Great job getting a $100 million bag and being shopped around 4 times, Baker. And you had a great season this year. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
but you're a regular season. You are a regular season quarterback. You're like Lamar Jackson. You're a regular season quarterback. And listen, Shaun, to your Bucks point, man, love the Bucks and love that you played there. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Jaden Daniels, like I said on this show, but what do I know to Smitty? I told Smitty, bet US, because Jaden don't know better. He don't know any better. This is a regular season game to Jaden Daniels. Baker Mayfield thinks it's a Super Bowl because he's so wound tight. Jaden Daniels is going to continue to do this until it hits him in the mouth next week that he's in the playoffs to the big boys. It'll hit him, and the Washington Commanders will come back to earth. But the Baker Mayfield Bucks, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not mad at it, Shaun. You got the best quarterback available because the quarterback in this league is so bad. Baker's is probably as good as you're going to get. And unfortunately, mediocrity's a new
I'm not going to discount what Baker has done. He's
Thank you.
Difficult situation replacing Tom Brady.
Thank you, Shaun.
Tampa. He's rejuvenated his career. He did a lot of great things last night.
A lot of great things.
Man, to whom much is given, much is required. Like, to snap that ball late and then compound the mistake by trying to still get a handoff to 15, like, come on, man. At that point in the game, like,
you know what that's called?
Tampa just got a goal line stop on 4th down.
Yeah.
They're up 4 and got the ball.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
What?
My asshole puckered up because I don't have what it takes. Shaun, you know damn well you've heard coaches say it. Your asshole puckered up, son. Stop puckering up your asshole. Why are you so tight? Why are you so goddamn deer in headlights? You motherfucking
shout out to the shirt.
Hey,
hold on, Smitty. Shout out to the shirt again, JB. I just noticed the cigar on there. That shit fire. But I'm coming on tomorrow if Sam Darnold play bad. You better have that same energy. You better have that same energy.
Play the game, homie.
Same page, Shaun. Same page.
You better have that same energy if Darnold play bad.
Man, I love
exact same energy.
It's unbelievable, man.
the exact same energy. If Darnold play bad and they lose this game, which I am predicting, I got the Rams winning. So does JB, I think, contrary to belief. The Rams going to win this game. And when Sam Darnold goes out here and throws 2 picks and throws for 205 passing yards and they lose this game, I better get the exact same energy.
No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
All that.
No, you shouldn't.
Everything you said about Baker, you said the same thing about Sam Darnold, homie. I'm talking. It's my turn. This motherfucker been on multiple teams. He was a top draft pick, number 3 overall versus number 1 overall. Everything you said about Baker, you said the same thing about Sam Darnold. Except Baker, contrary to belief, has won playoff games, plural, homie, with the Cleveland Browns and with the Bucs last year after taking over for Tom Brady. So stop it.
You're really pissing me off.
You pissing me off every single day. You piss me off, man. I don't care about
your micro thinking, lack of forward thinking pisses me off. Because you're too smart, and you're backhand slapping me in the face, your co-host. And it's like the Donald Trump takes.
Oh, damn.
Donald Trump better come in office, and the groceries better lower right away, and the gas prices better lower right away. Baker Mayfield was on the Cleveland Browns, homie, one of the best rosters in football, and it's done nothing. He won 1 fucking playoff game. You guys are anointing him as like the GOAT or something. Baker Mayfield's been in great franchises. Sam Darnold has never. Stop talking to Darnell. It's my turn. Sam Darnold has been shopped around like a Figueroa hoe. And y'all now saying he has 1 bad game and he's done? Get the fuck out of here. This guy's had the Cleveland Browns' best roster in football choked. If you would have put Tannehill in Cleveland Browns win a goddamn Super Bowl.
Stop it. Stop it.
You and John are pissing me off with this Sam Darnold.
The Browns are one of the worst organizations in NFL history. Stop it. The Browns are the worst organization I'm talking about.
My turn, homie. No, it's my turn. I'll mute his ass. It's my turn. Sam Darnold has 1 bad game, Smitty. Hey, Shaun, Sam Darnold's only allowed to have 1 fucking bad game, and Baker Mayfield had the goddamn Cleveland Browns' most loaded roster in football, and we're still comparing them? Man, miss me. This guy's won 14 games on his first competent roster, and now we're going to say if he loses the game, he should be cooked, JB. Get the fuck out of here. Smitty's muted, by the way, so don't worry about him. So, Shaun, go ahead. You talk now. Why
Hey, JB, we gotta unmute little bro. Come on. Don't put
all right, go ahead. Unmute him, Bailey.
Hey, go ahead, Shaun. Please cook him, Shaun. Please cook him for me, OG.
JB, you have lost your rabbit ass mind. If you think we about to sit on here and let you demean, ridicule, talk about Baker Mayfield, and then give Sam Darnold a pass. In what atmosphere? In what?
I can't believe you guys are really comparing. How are you comparing these two? I don't get it. Unbelievable.
You're right. How are you comparing the two? One has taken 3 different teams to the playoffs. The other one is his first time ever doing it.
Right. One quarterback is much better than the other if we want to keep it all the way 1,000 based upon the history of the fact. We're not talking skill set. We're talking about what they've actually done from a wins and loss situation. You went on this show, Jason, and had the audacity and the balls to say that the Cleveland Browns was a great franchise because they had some good players on there. Cleveland Browns have been one of the worst franchises in NFL history. They're one of the worst franchises in NFL history.
You don't listen.
Darnold and Baker Mayfield were on the same team together in Carolina with the Panthers. I think Shaun King might have been there if I'm not mistaken. They're on the same team, and one of them outperformed the other one and started over.
Back to cap, baby. Back to cap, baby.
The argument is close.
Did I say the Cleveland Browns? Did I say the Cleveland Browns were a great franchise, Bailey? No, I did not. I said the Cleveland Browns had the most loaded roster that year. I didn't say they had no fucking great franchise. Stop listening. Stop hearing and start listening, Darnell Smith.
I heard what you said, homie, but I had to twist to make it sound a little bit better. I heard what you said, homie, but I'm going to make it sound a little better the same way you do.
Did they really have the most loaded roster that year? That might be an exaggeration.
Yeah, they had the most loaded roster that year. The Cleveland Browns and the Niners had the most loaded roster.
They had an old OBJ, and they had
Cleveland Browns and the Niners had the most loaded rosters, homie.
Hey, Bailey McChesney, that's the most sound thing you said all show.
Oh, come on. Prime ain't leaving. Let's be real. You're hanging out all you want. But, yeah, Jay, that might have been an exaggeration. I don't know if the Browns were the most loaded team that
Oh, they had the most loaded team that year. There's no exaggeration. Darnell Smith. Well, you don't know. You're too young.
Jamie, you're so great at deflecting. You're so great at deflecting.
Yeah, he's great.
All I said was keep the same energy tomorrow if Darnold plays bad. If Darnold play good, then come and talk to Smith.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It is.
It literally is.
He has one of the best offensive coordinators. He has the best receiver in the game in Justin Jefferson. He got Jordan Addison. He got a running game. He got one of the best defense in the league. He has one of the most loaded teams in the NFL.
Hey, Smitty, hold on. You're right. It's not the same because Darnold has a better team and they're playing a better opponent. So you're right.
Hold on. Timeout. So Sam Darnold goes to his first competent roster with competence.
That's not
as
true.
A
yeah,
it is true.
He's on the Niners.
He was an in-between job guy, Shaun. Stop.
He got beat out by Brock. Thank you.
He didn't get beat out. He got signed. He got signed in the summer. He got signed in the summer.
I know.
Stop.
I know. If he'd have played better in practice, they'd have started him.
No, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have. You're not starting a guy. He was a backup, brought in for a back. Now you two are lying on the realest show. Now y'all just lying. Now y'all just making up shit. Keep it at 1,000. And Shaun knows he's making up lies, and he's just doing it for clicks right now. He's doing it for clicks. I'm going to be honest. Let's be honest right now. One roster and one run, and now he's going to have a bad game tomorrow, and I got to call it out as he's equal to Baker. Baker's been on how many chances has Baker had to prove to us that he's supposed to be this guy? How many has Sam Darnold? Tomorrow, Sam Darnold, tonight, is Sam Darnold's first opportunity to show us. This is Baker's 12th.
No.
Continue to
back
show.
Up for a second, because what I'm not going to let you do, and come on, sit back down with the Flyers.
You're going to let me do it. You're going to let me do it.
Listen, Sam Darnold was in Carolina with Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore. He wasn't there with his Bryce Young team. He had McCaffrey and DJ Moore when he went to the Panthers.
Yep.
So that wasn't like that roster was devoid of talent. Yeah.
Bailey, take a production note, Bailey. Just take a production note.
Anytime this motherfuckers. I think Darnell has
Jason did that. Don't try to lie and flip it. I'm with you today, Shaun. If you gonna say Baker had all these opportunities, I'm gonna say Sam Darnold had all these opportunities as well. They both been in similar situations, both a top draft pick, both been around multiple teams, shopped around, and throughout that shopping around, Baker has had more success. You want to keep saying that he's had all these opportunities. Yeah, he's got opportunity, but he actually had success. Again, he beat the Steelers in the playoff. He's beat the Steelers in the playoff game. He took over Bucs team and won another playoff game. You're talking as if last night defines Baker, as if when the lights shine bright, he just folds. No, he's won games. He's won playoff game, Jason. So that's the part where I just disagree with you with. So listen, I like Darnold. I told you that if Darnold's available, I want him on the coach this next season. What I'm saying is you got to be consistent, homie. You can't give Baker hell and then want to give Darnold all the excuses in the world. That's not fair. This team is loaded with the Vikings. This is one of the best teams in the game. Defense is balling, offensive weapons everywhere. So you got to give him the same energy, homie. He's not no rookie. Talking about it's his first time he's ever been. He ain't no rookie. We're not giving no rookie pass. He like year 6, 7, 8. He like
7.
7. Thank you, Shaun. He's
only 15. Come on, 4th or 15 too.
Motherfucker, my age, homie.
And JB, I'm not saying he's going to play bad. If he goes out and balls out tonight, you got every right to come on here tomorrow and talk your shit. What I'm saying is don't deflect tomorrow if he lays an egg tonight. That's all I'm asking. Multitasking is an all-time low this morning, huh?
Yeah, it's Jason. I mean, I said my take.
Anyway,
I cooked you.
Shaun, listen. Let's get into brass tacks here. See, Smitty, that's that young shit, man. Don't ask the females.
Let's move on.
Stop asking females, homie, for their Instagram.
Let's move on.
Stop asking females for their Instagram, homie. We're not fucking. This is the problem. We enable these young cats. Ask her for her straight up number. So you gotta stop with the Instagram shit. You young boys out here, you little boy for that. Little boys out here need to start asking for their number. Hey, B, send me your cell number, and then I'll text you and get your Instagram. Fuck,
B's a bot.
B's the bot. B ain't real, homie.
That's AI, man.
Hey, baby, hey, Smitty, go ahead and ask him.
That's like Obama and Trump fighting at the funeral.
That's just hilarious.
That's like the new commercial with the Olympic weightlifter doing the turns and the spins with the weights. That's AI, man.
Hey, Smitty, you got the next question, but it's gonna get controversial because it's gonna be.
I'm gonna step away so I can move my car. So I'm gonna ask it, set you up, and I'm gonna head up out here. So listen, RG3. Back in the headlines, man, he said that the national media better hold Justin Herbert accountable for his playoff performances like they do Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. Shaun and JB, I want y'all to go in on this first, and I'm gonna jump in on the back end. Shaun, what's your take on this? Do you agree? Bailey, take me. I'll be back in 2.
Well, I'm not like Robert Griffin. I'm not reactionary. I've been saying this since they decided to pay him with 2 years left on his rookie deal. I feel the same way about him I feel about Trevor Lawrence. Until you show up in the clutch, prime, big-time moment, I'm not saying we got to win, but you got to look the part. Be the part, look the part, be the part, right? Last time before he got paid, he collapsed in the second half at Jacksonville in the playoffs, and they paid him anyway after that game. Now he has collapsed again in the playoffs. So at some point, you have to think, is it just talent and nothing else? Because you can't deny talent, but he ain't been able to put it together.
Here's a difference I have. So like people, and not to put anyone's business out there, Shaun is married to a biracial woman. Mm-hmm. RG3 is married to a white woman, and yet, do you see the differences between a Shaun King take and a RG3 take? It's always about something that's reactionary involving a race bait, and that's just the problem I have with him. I want to know the discussions that you have with your white wife, RG3, when it comes to these white quarterbacks. Because I'm telling you, it blows my fucking mind how much he talks about this. I don't talk about it. I don't care. We're on this show, and we never think about race, Shaun. We're sitting there like, hey, man, fucking Trevor Lawrence should never have been paid. Like, I don't understand why. So am I a race baiter for that? Like, it's crazy to me. The bottom line is, like, the dude – Herbert, you and I have said right now he's overrated. And we've been saying it for, I don't know, I've been saying for a year and a half. Herbert is overrated because of what he can do. Big arm, big dude, athlete. He underperforms. I'm just telling you, he underdelivers every single year. And listen, I'll be the first one to admit, Harbaugh is such a great coach. He has that team in the playoffs. A lot of us picked him to win. I did not think they were going to lay an egg after that first half like they did. And he has no weapons, Shaun. He has a white dude who had 197 yards, broke a rookie record at receiver in McConkey, who you and I aren't really high on, but he got fed the rock the other day so much because they don't have anyone else.
Yeah, Quentin Johnston's a bust.
The Texans were like, here, let this motherfucker have the ball. We don't care. It ain't going to affect us because Quentin Johnston is so bad. I'm being honest. I've had so many better wideouts in JUCO as far as hand-eye coordination and straight-up ball skills. Calvin Jackson not being in the NFL over him blows my mind. This guy has zero ball skills. He could have prevented one interception for sure. He has no ball skills to become a defender when he should have. I'm watching last night McLaurin go up and snatch shit over people. And Quentin Johnston, similar build, lets the ball get snatched from him all the time. Or he simply just drops it, Shaun. Simply just fucking drops the ball. Like, I mean, he's out there catching punts. I'm like, dude, this shit is crazy. He has no weapons. So I'm going to say, we know that. You said that. We know weapons. They got to increase weapons. But when you're elite, look at Josh Allen. When you're elite, you got to be elite. Go ahead, Shaun.
I was going to say, and what compounds the Quentin Johnston era was, my write-up on him coming out of TCU will wow people with his straight line speed, doesn't change direction or catch the ball consistently. And they took him right before Zay Flowers and Jordan Addison were selected.
Are we going to sit up here and bash Jordan Love today? Is the white boy going to bash Jordan Love? RG3, are you going to talk about Jordan Love? Because he's fucking overhyped too. Are you going to talk about Jordan Love? I said on this show a year ago that I wouldn't have paid Jordan Love. I want to see another year of him. Shaun said, hey, you got to pay him though, because that's the market, which I get. I understand it. But I said, nah, man. And then game 1, he gets hurt. And we're sitting here like, oh, shit, I told y'all I wouldn't have paid him. Not that I didn't think he's talented, but you got to see a guy when the resume's out on him if he can sustain and do it year in and year out. He just proved to us.
To your point, JB, if you look at my Twitter, probably about week 14, I started tweeting out. Yeah. Something's wrong with Jordan Love. If they don't get their downfield passing game fixed, they're going to be one and done in the playoffs. He's not throwing the ball with confidence. He threw the ball in harm's way multiple times last night. That's why he had the interceptions. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he has regressed from the kid we saw in the playoffs last year.
And listen, people out here can talk about all this shit. You're all fanboys who don't understand what I'm about to mention. You're all going to talk about the lack of receivers. Look at first fucking thing I see. You can talk about his lack of receivers all you want, but you don't want to talk about Josh Allen's lack of receivers. You don't want to talk about any of these other dudes' lack of receivers. Jordan Love made nobody better. If you go look at the Green Bay Packers roster when Aaron Rodgers was actually at his height, he got more wideouts that no one knew. Big-time contracts at other places because he got them the ball and exposed their talent. Jordan Love hasn't exposed any of these young receivers' talents. Watson was a talent. We found out Watson's a talent because of what Aaron Rodgers did for him his last year. We found out guys like Kansas City Chiefs grabbed receivers from the Green Bay Packers and Scantling and all them guys because of what Aaron Rodgers did, got them better. I have yet to see Jordan Love get a guy better. He's actually gotten guys hurt. Let's be honest. A guy got banged last night because he threw the goddamn ball late over the middle. And I'm just telling you can call it what it is. He is not ready. I told Smitty right this beginning of this year, I wouldn't have paid Jordan Love. Not yet. I want to see another year. I remember specifically, I have this on video. Smitty and I could talk about it. We discussed it. And I'm just trying to say, because Smitty, Shaun will tell us more than anybody in here. When a resume gets out there and you're not a freak athlete like Lamar or Kyler Murray or Josh Allen, and you can't ad-lib like a Jaden Daniels did last night, who controlled the game, if you can't do that and you're a pocket guy, you better be an elite pocket guy.
And I don't know what the award's called, but whatever the assistant coach of the year award in the NFL is, Kellen Moore should get it. Because Jalen Hurts sucks right now.
He's horrible.
100.
39 yards passing in the NFL?
He is awful. I mean, he's like, when you watch Russell Wilson, whatever the worst version of Russ is, that's what Jalen is throwing the ball right now.
Jalen Hurts, yeah.
Yeah. And they will not win a championship with him playing football like that.
Well, listen, I want to keep rolling on this conversation. Conversation is a great discussion, but we do have a very special guest in the background. What you say, Jason?
Can Shaun stay or he has to leave?
Yeah, Shaun's gonna stay. Shaun's good till 8:50. His kids is good at school.
I'm not.
Real quick. I want to play the video and bring in.
How you know this motherfucker's schedule?
We like this. My God, we like the end. It's a brother to brother thing. But anyway, it's Eric Weddle Mondays. He's in the background. He's been waiting for 30 minutes. I cannot make him wait any longer. So Bailey, let's bring him in the right way.
Yeah. I'm in my mode, ready to transform you into I hate a storm, Hail Marys, I make it pour. Good, I ain't lying, you little giants, we been defiant. Rising. What's the cost? Be the boss, breaking down the walls. We all in once the coin gets tossed. Got the plan of action, never acting. No need to scramble to get traction. We make it happen. From 3-4 to 4-3, we get it cracking.
Yeah, Edo.
What's up?
You working out?
You got the guns out, homie. Show the
Nah,
arms real
man,
quick.
I ain't all about to. Nah.
Show the arm. Show the right arm a little bit.
Hey, E-Dub, have you ever seen a receiver in the NFL read a book during the game?
Yeah, it's a new generation of players that we're seeing. Hey, have we ever seen that many guys go down with a shoulder stinger or a little neck stinger? Like, I was watching the games and I'm like, a little thumb, like you get up and you go back to the huddle. I
talk to Sheldon Day because he has a teammate last night who left the game. You played D-line, Smitty. There's no way when I've seen Weddle cast up his arm to play safety, and I've seen quarterbacks tape up their wrist and thumb on their throwing hand, and a D lineman who doesn't really need to actually grab anything, but actually use stuff, tapped out. Yeah. What?
I mean the lineman. I think it was the tackle that pulled out, and the guy stonewalled him right in the shoulder, and he's working his neck and stuff. For the life of me, I am not missing a snap for any upper body injury. I'm not. I mean, I proved it, but I don't understand how these guys don't play through a shoulder separation or an AC separate. Like all those things you could play through.
Dude, Darius Slay got a stinger and missed the whole quarter.
Yes. Yeah. Slay is a tough one, but I don't.
I used to get stingered faithfully, especially in high school, because my technique on certain stuff was off. But I used to always get stingered, and I would literally just like let my arm dangle like a little bit, and like you know what I'm saying, kind of just dig into it, and I don't know, I just keep playing. Like it hurt, it feels weird, but you just keep playing.
I can't let us overlook something that's just glaring here, and it's waiting to be discussed. Playing for Jalen Hurts puts you into therapy. AJ Brown's therapist said, when you get frustrated with playing,
I need to read a book.
Here's the book and the passage I need you to read.
That's a bar right there. Jalen Hurts players in therapy. We need to cut that and put that as a tagline. Hey, you know what? It looks crazy, Jason, but I prefer him to do that than to be out on the sideline spazzing out. So if that's calm and cool, hey, who am I to say? Who am I to judge? You know?
Hey, Jalen, what coverage were they just in? Oh shit! Hold on. Let me bookmark my shit. I wasn't involved in the game. I don't know.
Jason, and apparently that book started selling crazy. They said last night too. By the way, the author came out.
Like, stop defending them though. Stop defending them.
Hey, the one play in that game. I think Hurts, it was a third down, and they ran like a little shallow with a 10-yard sit, and they highlighted AJ Brown's route on that one. Oh my gosh! I'm like, no wonder he's not getting the ball. He's running. What kind of route is that?
He said, "Shaun, you see his face, Shaun? No, hey, like replay it. Look,
that's the passage. His therapist told him to read.
Look at Devontae Smith though. Look at Devontae Smith though. Watch.
They all pissed off, really though. The whole receiver corps, like, what is going on?
That's
but again, but yes, exactly.
But Dylan playing bad too, though, homie.
That's my Smitty. That's my point. Look at these guys when they don't get the ball. How they don't care. They literally, like, you're on to the divisional round. You're gonna host a playoff game in the next round. You get by. You don't care at this moment. Like, it doesn't matter. I can give up 3 touchdowns. Would I be pissed? Yes. But would I care? No, I'm getting ready for the next game. It's a division round. Let's go be great. Like, it don't matter. And these guys.
But I'll say this though, because again, you guys know this. Of course, I'm gonna be the guy to defend. Couple moments later, maybe it was the next quarter. I can't remember exactly that exact moment when that was recorded. But I know later in the game, when Saquon had his big run, he decided to slide down, take the knee. I saw Devontae, I saw AJ Brown, I saw all them jumping up and down, joking with him, having a good time. So I don't know, that moment right there, maybe they came off a bad drive and they were frustrated in that exact moment. I'm not gonna let that exact moment define.
Yeah, no, I'm talking. I'm not specifically talking about AJ Brown right now. I'm specifically talking about the LSU wide receiver driving his car and hurting someone. Like these guys, they're usually
fragile.
The receivers, like, gosh, like why can't we just make mature adult decisions and be a part of the team and do things high level?
Shaun, anything new that happens in this social media world, 90% will defend it. The old heads, they'll call us old heads for calling it out. And the 90 percentile that defends it, it blows my mind, man. Like, it's not about a book. It's not about anything. It's about doing everything other than football. You're doing something other than football in the game. It's a 60-minute football game, and we all played it. And I'm trying to figure out when we're going to say, why the hell is this disrespectful ass cat being paid? Like, why aren't you involved in the game, homie? I mean, honest. Like, so here's the illusion, or here's the take no one wants to talk about. See, you never played quarterback, Smitty. I know you're going to go defend this shitbird, but you never played receiver or quarterback to my knowledge. So what happens is when the shitbird's over there in his feelings, like a bitch, the quarterback, like Shaun King, he doesn't want to go talk to him no more because now we don't want to talk to you because now we got to get you out of your feelings in order to talk about what's happening in the game. So now I got to get you out of your fucking book. Give me that fucking book, bitch-ass motherfucker. Give me the book and get your ass over here and cover 4 beaters. We got a cover 4 beater that we got to discuss. Get out your goddamn feelings because now we don't want to talk to the wideout. He's a shitbird. So now we have a disconnect. And now we have this all over the NFL. And I'm just speaking of wideout quarterback, dog. We already knew they were shitbirds. And if they don't get the ball, they're going to cry. And I get it. But now we're doing another distraction drill, Shaun. Go ahead, Shaun.
So this is one of the few times that I'm going to take a side that probably is going to surprise people.
Stick with Smitty.
Because the idea is to win the game, right? But the greater goal is to dominate the game. And so I feel when you have guys that are as talented as A.J. Brown, George Pickens, some of these guys that have kind of expressed emotionally on the side frustration with not being involved, it's the responsibility first of the coordinator to get the kid involved. Secondly, the quarterback. When you got these mirrored routes, hey, man, go to your guy. Like, I thought AJ handled it really good. I thought he went to an extreme with the book, but he had 1 catch for 10 yards.
Let me ask you though, can we?
That's my thing. I didn't play quarterback or receiver. You are right, JB. What you said?
They were dominating the football game. They were running away with it. This was a competitive back and forth game where really if Jordan Love played average football, Green Bay probably wins.
Yes, it was 16-10, Shaun, late. It wasn't like the Eagles were just blowing them out. That's different. It was close. If I'm the best player on the offense or one of the best players on the offense behind probably Saquon, and I think I can help my team win, I want the ball. Listen, everybody, we all want to win, but we want to be the reason why we win it too. Let's just keep it all the way real.
That's not true. That's not true, Smitty. That's not true.
You're super duper. You one of the only people I've ever met. Maybe you're an outlier. I want to make plays too, though.
No. I'm not letting you get away with that, Darnell. No, I'm not letting you get away with that. So why don't Shaun Weddle and myself have your mentality as to I gotta beat the guy or we're not good enough to win?
You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to be a part of the reason why we're winning. I'm not saying I gotta be the guy.
I didn't care. I didn't care
on the game, though.
I didn't care. I didn't care as long as we won.
So Jason, you're telling me you were okay if you went out there and throw the ball 10 times a game, as long as y'all thought you was good. Man,
which I had to do.
You ain't a competitor then. You ain't a competitor then. There's no way in hell you want to go out there and throw the ball 10 times a game. So come on, bro.
I disagree with Smitty on that point
because
as the coordinator, if I sit down with AJ,
you got to throw the ball, Smitty, in 13-degree snow game. If I had to throw the ball 8 times,
I'm saying you're repeatedly not being involved in the game, and you're one of the key players, and you're going to be upset.
Homie, every game's different. You played football, homie. Every game is different. Sometimes I can only throw it 10 times, and I'm happy shit. I'm happy as a lark if we win the game. Oh, man, fuck. I didn't get to throw it 50 times. No, that's this new generation, homie. You guys are enabled to shit. Go ahead, Shaun.
We've had divas in the NFL forever. So I'm not letting you get away with that shit. We've had receiver divas since the beginning of time. It's because it's social media now, we see it more, and we keep
I don't disagree.
We've been had
I don't
divas.
disagree.
There ain't no new generation.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
New generation is not a generation. We've
No.
been had divas.
I said you accept the new generation. I don't. That's what I said. You don't listen, homie. Go ahead, Shaun.
Go ahead, Shaun.
I just think at the end of the day, it's bad quarterback play.
Yeah.
Bad quarterback play that's
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
I agree with that. So hold on. To that point, Shaun, let me talk to Shaun. So
No,
Shaun,
you already talked. You
Shaun,
already talked.
who played quarterback.
You don't have no say, homie. You did ask me,
At
baby.
some
You
point,
just-
though, when Jalen Hurts is playing, you said Jalen Hurts looks horrible, right? Is that
Horrible,
correct?
terrible.
He looks
Terrible
terrible.
right now.
So if I'm a wide receiver on the team, I'm sorry if I get a little frustrated because I'm not touching the ball at some point. That's my job. Like, my job is to go out here, run around, catch the ball. Like, at some point when I have one catch and I'm a top paid receiver in the league, I think it's common, it's human to have some emotions and be like, damn, well, fuck, why am I here?
Can the three grown ups talk now?
I would have an issue if AJ Brown wasn't upset. That means he don't care.
Let's have a three grown man conversation, baby.
Mute me.
Here, I got to ask the coach that's current right now. Eric Weddle, E-Dub, Super Bowl champion, is a current coach right now. I got to ask you, if your quarterback's horrible, like Jalen Hurts is, and I have to coordinate an offense around a horrific quarterback and understanding he cannot sit back there and get A.J. Brown the rock 10 times in the first quarter, isn't that the problem and the part that we're missing out on? Isn't quarterback play at an all-time low like I've been saying for 3 years, but what do I know? And to Shaun's point, he said the assistant coach of the year should go to Kellen Moore, because if I can't get the ball to this guy because I know Jalen Hurts is bad, then guess what? Isn't that the point of this whole thing, Weddle? And if you and I are the coach, aren't we talking to A.J. Brown and saying, hey, dog, we don't have a quarterback to get you the ball right now. We're having to make sure that we win that is conducive so we can go on and keep going. You might not get the ball this playoff run, but if we're Super Bowl champs, guess what? Are you going to be mad? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Our quarterback's bad, Eric. We've all had to work around certain things as a coach. We have to figure out, hey, man, we're not good enough up front. So we're going to add 2 wideouts and make them tight ends and get into 12 personnel to extend the gap and create another gap because we're not good enough to be in 4 wide, 10 personnel all game. Like, coaches got to adapt. This guy's not good enough. Jalen Hurts is not. I'm just sorry. I've been telling you guys that for a long time. 39 yards passing, Smitty. It didn't matter if it was A.J. Brown or whoever. He couldn't get nobody the ball. Shit. Go ahead, E-Dub. I had to ask that question.
Loaded question.
Yeah, I'll be quick, short and sweet. I don't think AJ Brown was out of line per se. I get receivers' mentality. Like, I've been around a lot of great wide receivers. They want the ball. They want to feel that they impacted the game. I get all that. At the end of the day, it's more so how you handle yourself throughout the game. That's really. And I don't even think A.J. Brown did. I don't even know why we're spending this much time. The reality is Hurts is struggling throwing the ball for whatever reason. And to try to get your best players the ball does come down to the offensive coordinator. But with your limited, like they are, I mean, you got to manufacture those type of opportunities. Get them a jet sweep. Get them some screens. Like, there's no way A.J. Brown should just have 1 catch and I don't know how many touches or how many attempts, but they won, so move forward. It's more so the broad spectrum of these, letting these the guys in the individual play affect the overall team dynamics. Like, no one's above the team, and I try to keep that in perspective.
I agree with that 100% what you just said. So, Jason, let's move on.
Done talking to you.
I'm done talking to you, homie.
Let's go. Next topic. We only got a few more minutes. Come on.
Well, let's talk about two of your teams. Let's go to the Ravens first, and then we're going to come back to the Rams play tonight. Ravens play the Steelers a third time this year. Big time win. They got the W 28-14. Defense was rolling, especially in that first half, especially. But it seemed like they're getting hot at the right time. What was just your overall valuation on just how your old squad, the Ravens, was looked this weekend?
Really, really impressed in all three levels. Love the demeanor. I loved how they attacked offensively. I think I'm really shocked that they decided to take Henry away on all those zone reads and let, when you get hit in a game and you get involved and you're getting the flow of the game, even though there weren't completions, I felt that settled Lamar down. Yeah. And it's almost like you make a completion and you get your face, you get hit right as you throw it, and it kind of just like, okay, now I'm in the game. I thought he handled himself well. He didn't have to do a lot really in the passing games. They run for 300 yards. I'm more interested as I don't think Mike T should leave. I think he's one of the best top 3 coaches in the NFL. But when is it time for a change? Right. In the sense that it's been multiple years of no playoff success for a franchise that expects Super Bowls. Maybe it's time for a change. Not necessarily that it's warranted, but it's needed. I don't know. I was really shocked by the way the Steelers came out and didn't play the type of football that I was expecting for a playoff game.
And Shaun, real quick, to piggyback off that, like we started the show off with that. Is it like a mutual agreement at this point? Is it become stale? Does Tomlin need a change for his own self? And in doing that, the Steelers get a new coach. That's like the respect level, to Weddle's point, in my opinion. That's how it should be addressed, not the other way around. It's a firing or something. I think Tomlin has deserved the right to say, hey, maybe it's a stale moment for both parties. I'm gonna go try to end my career somewhere else. I don't know, because I think he still needs to be in a blue collar environment, a Chicago, Indianapolis. I don't see him in Miami or Jacksonville or Vegas. I think he's a blue collar guy, and I think that he's still a great leader of men. And I hate to see him leave the game. I want to see him stay in the game. But if it's that discussion, maybe it's just dry. It's become stale. And listen, Belichick lost without Brady. Tomlin is lost without Big Ben. I mean, it is what it is. Franchise quarterbacks matter.
So one or two things need to happen. And I'll give you some names: Mason Rudolph, Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, a older version
no quarterback.
of Russell Wilson.
They haven't had a quarterback. Yeah.
Right? And at some point in Tomlin speak, he's sitting at the table, so he's got to be responsible for his seat, right? They don't have anybody, obviously, in the organization that can evaluate the damn quarterback position. So either they need to bring somebody in to assist Omar Khan, the GM, and Mike Tomlin in selecting a quarterback, or Tomlin needs to leave and go somewhere that already has a quarterback. Because until they get that fixed, look at the AFC: Patrick Mahomes, Justin Burrow, Lamar Jackson,
or Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, yeah.
Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, the boy
CJ Stroud.
Like, you're not going to win in the conference if you don't have quarterback fixed.
It's a fact. That's simple.
I agree. I don't know, man. I just think it's a different deal, man. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, it's hard for him because I let the shit out of Mike T. Hey, E-Dub, our predictions were wrong in a few of them. I thought the Chargers were going to play much better than that. I thought they stymied the Texans early on. That's another reason. You did call the Texans. So you got to pay attention because BetUS, you're going to get a winner on this show regardless. If Smitty and I are wrong, or one of us will be right, one of us will be wrong. Shaun was right. E-Dub and I will be right. Some will be wrong. I got to ask you, this is why I hate the whole thing with the RG3 take, because we took away from CJ Stroud's performance by talking about Herbert's.
What did RG3 say?
Some shit, some race baiting ass shit about.
He said basically, yeah. There you go.
The national media better hold Justin Herbert accountable for his playoff performances like they do to Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott.
By the way, I don't know if McCarthy has really signed or not with the Cowboys. I'm hearing conflicting things, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm seeing that. Listen, I say Herbert's. I like Herbert, but I just don't know if he's really taking that next step. I've been saying it for 2 years. I think he's a freak, but I don't know if it's the wideouts, if it needs another year with Harbaugh. I don't know. He has no help. McConkey's it, and he's not, to me, a number one. I think he's a number two, but number one in the league, I don't know. I think they lack resources at wideout. I think they'll do better, and I believe in Harbaugh, so I think they're on the right path regardless. But there's a reason why Shaun said, and he knew from inside sources as well as I, that Harbaugh would have taken McCarthy. Harbaugh would have took McCarthy in the draft to the Chargers this year. Like, there's a reason in my back of my mind that I think that. Weddle, you might have a whole nother take. I don't know what you think of Herbert, but, I mean, he got paid, so I don't know. The guys that are getting paid are just underperforming, in my opinion, at the quarterback level.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone that is logical and looks at the game and is unbiased has said Herbert hasn't done anything in the playoffs. So I don't know if the media hasn't been on it or not.
We've always heard.
Yeah, like I don't know. All the QBs who haven't had playoff success get ridiculed and criticized. I mean, that's just the name of the game. You could be an MVP in Lamar and haven't had the playoff success, and then you're frowned upon about how really great you are at your quarterback position. I don't know if Lamar doesn't get the MVP, they should just not give it. They should just do away with it because I don't even understand it. That's a whole other conversation.
That's why I love you, though. That's why I love you.
Straight right now.
That's why I love you, though.
But Rams Vikings should be a great game tonight.
Yeah.
Sucks that they got to play in Arizona. I really wanted the Bucs to win because I think it's a better matchup for the Rams to go to Detroit and beat them. But now they're going to have to go through Philly, but Philly's offense is horrendous. So should be a great game. I'm hoping that they can pull it out. I'm obviously picked the Rams, but hopefully a great high-level game tonight.
I got the Rams as well. I trust Stafford over I do Darnold in big situations. I think that I like that defense, even though the Rams defense is young. They're fiery. They play well. I like McConnell. He's a hell of a coach, but I like McVay better. Or O'Connell, excuse me, whatever. But I like McVay better. You know, it is what it is. I think there's two really good teams. It's gonna be a hell of a game. But I like the Rams in this as well. Them playing in Arizona makes me a little nervous. You know, just because I think the Rams was starting to kind of truly make this a home field advantage. I know we always say whoever comes out to LA, they take over the fan base and the crowd. But this year, though, I've been seeing more and more fans, like true LA fans, come out and support the Rams. So I thought that would be a huge advantage. But playing in Arizona, it's a little different. But I still like the Rams winning this game, personally.
I'm going Vikings simply because I don't think Sam Darnold likes live music. Like if he's going out, he's not going to a discotheque or a rave. He's more of a house of blues guy. He wants soft music, nice dinner. And the game not being in LA, he's going to get that in Arizona. What was going to be a very raucous crowd, pro-Rams, hard to audible, make you feel a little uncomfortable, can't hear the play call. It's going to be more of a neutral kind of game. So I think that was all Darnold needed to play well. And JB will get to pat himself on the back tomorrow because the Vikings will go in there and win.
I don't know. E-Dub, I got to get your take real quick on.
Jason, again, what's your pick, Jason?
I already took the Rams, so I want to hear it
again.
Can we discuss this before E-Dub and Shaun leaves? We made a report on the boat on the Yacht Club show on Friday.
Great episode, by the way. That was awesome.
We might have to do it once a week. We might have to do it once a week, and that might break Smitty's mindset on being on the water. Because Shaun being a brother, Shaun's a brother, and he loves the water. He want to be on that water. Smitty doesn't, and we got to break that stereotype.
I'm from Indiana. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Let me make it clear to all my black brethren out there. I want to be in the boat on the water.
Hey, that's what it is. Hey, real quick, though, we made a report that McCarthy had resigned or was in negotiations. He has not, and he is basically a free agent as of midnight tonight or tomorrow, apparently. Do you see him as a re-sign with the Cowboys, or does that open up another Dion discussion? So I'm just trying to throw that out there. Is you like McCarthy? We're going to break it down tomorrow on the show, but do you like McCarthy staying or leaving? Real quick.
Go ahead, Shaun.
Does it matter?
Nah, I don't think so either.
It doesn't matter who the coach is in Dallas, man. That thing, until they tear it down, it's not going to produce any fruit.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm the same way. Like, honestly, Dallas should be going and driving Jerry's Brinks money truck to Ben Johnson and saying, I'll give you whatever you want. Come coach my team. But if I'm Ben, I'm not even touching that place because of Jerry. So I just think they'll be in the same cycle until Jerry's not a part of the decision-making there. And you don't care about the Super Bowl. You care about attention and money. His decisions don't equate to being serious about winning Super Bowls, in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, Dub, you coming to the Super Bowl party?
I'm thinking about NFC Championship games. If you're doing something then, I don't know about Super Bowl. I usually have a bunch of people at my house for Super Bowl. So,
Don, you flying out?
No, I'm going to New Orleans.
You going to Super Bowl?
Yeah. Shaun, hit me up. I think I'm gonna be out there too.
All right. Tulane's got a golf tournament Thursday after Super Bowl, so I'll be in New Orleans. What I missed?
Nah, maybe we got mad because ain't nobody gonna be in this party.
Nobody's coming. Fuck it. It's always canceled.
By the way, maybe it's a topic for tomorrow, but you heard with E-Dub, he agreed with me wholeheartedly as far as the MVP conversation. It shouldn't even be a conversation. It's clear cut should be Lamar Jackson. He's leading in every stat category. The only thing that I guess Josh Allen had over him was like one win. So that's the only difference, 1 or 2 wins. Everything else is clearly Lamar Jackson.
Hey, here's what I wish.
I think you're both wrong. You're both crazy and wrong, but it's good.
We're not wrong. Super Bowl champion.
I wish the MVP votes didn't go into after the playoffs were over.
I wish this game
be like a great determinator.
Exactly.
I hope it did too, Jason. Shaun and I agree with you.
Versus Josh.
Because I know what's gonna happen this weekend. So I actually wish this game.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No,
we saw what happened earlier this year, 30-10. 30-10.
That was early. Buffalo still figuring it out. E-Dub, Monday. Appreciate you, E-Dub. Be safe out there. And
got it, boys.
Hey, who you got winning the Natty?
Ohio State. When do they play?
Now? See, me and Weddle, we are aligned. We just aligned. We think alike.
When do they play? Saturday? Friday?
Next
Friday
Monday. The 20th.
Monday.
Yeah, because they need 15 days to get ready for another game.
No shit, man. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Season ended a month and a half ago, and we're still not even to the national championship game.
Hey, this shit's crazy because you're only allowing kids to think longer and get in the portal.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to have that discussion.
Championship game. Stop.
Of course not. All right, boys.
All right,
later.
All right, then, y'all. I got a meeting here with Fox here.
Nah. Take a listen to this.
Jonathan Kidd, Suburban Kid, Gene, Big Roo, J Ram, Isaiah Place, Alex Mitchell, Shaun. Appreciate all y'all.
I'm going to shoot some hoops right here. Let me make this free throw, homie. Hold up. Whoop. Let me get ready to make it. Boom. Oh, shit. Bitch doing a split. All right, let me hit this jumper.
We're going to get flagged for that, homie.
Hold on, homie. What's cracking with that free throw? We didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. I saw a missed free throw.
So I saw.
Why would you say that? Why would you tell? Why would you snitch on for me showing it, homie?
What you mean?
You just said we're gonna get flagged. Oh, boo, boo. You just throw it out there like that.
He was cursing and stuff when you said it.
Eddie, it'll be me and you, Eddie.
Fuck, come to Super Bowl party.
Nobody else coming.
You know what? Eddie's actually a real one though. As much hell as you give him, Eddie's the one that's he a real one. He really in the streets of Compton working, take care of his bill. He's listening to the show. Eddie might be the realest dude on the entirety of the show.
Eddie, if you want to do security, I might. If you could go do security, homie, you got to stay outside though of the tent. When people come in, you're out there.
Can't even watch the game, homie.
Yeah, this guy's phone.
Homie got my Super on his phone.
Jazzy, B, Lucy, Gawk, Chris, they all said they want to come.
Well, y'all all have a little menage a trois. I can go in the hot tub, watch the game, eat y'all tacos, do y'all thing. I'm gonna just be in New Orleans, huh?
You're gonna be here. Who? What? Why? Who's gonna have a menage a trois? I mean, that'd be like a fivesome, no?
A what?
Fivesome.
What are you talking about? Pfizer? I ain't get no Pfizer. I'm saying y'all can all hang out for a good time and y'all can watch football. Have y'all tacos and y'all can eat y'all food and y'all can have a good ass time.
A menage a trois is 3. That would be like a fivesome.
With you and all the ladies?
Or anybody with all the ladies. It's a fivesome.
Is that what you're trying to do on Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying that would be a fivesome. It'd be more than 3. What?
You trying to get in the hot tub with you, Lucy, and I? Babe, what's going on, babe?
Just a little update to the McCarthy situation. According to NFL Network, Mike McCarthy is out as Dallas's head coach, and they will be looking for a new head coach. Breaking news.
There it is.
Hey, and you see, Bailey broke the news that he was coming back on the yacht. So that's good. That's good reporting that Bailey came out and he owned it up and said it right here. That now.
What? Oh my God, that is I didn't break any news about my.
Thanks for making this show legit, Bailey. Because Friday, Bailey, you said that he was Friday. You reported, and everyone out there got the news from our show that he's back.
Yeah, that's a real one. That's a real
now
one.
We're discredited. Now we're discredited in the national scale of things.
Show me the clip.
So yeah, we're discredited. So now we're discredited. But now we're credited. Now we're back. Now we're back creditable though. Right. So shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Man. Appreciate you, my guy.
Well, new Dallas guy.
Mike Thomas does get let go. I think we'll get Mike Thomas, homie.
Thumbnail tomorrow, homie. Deion.
To Dallas.
Raiders or Dallas. Deion.
Nah, just put Deion to Dallas. That's bigger. Fuck the Raiders. Deion to Dallas. DTD. Down the fuck. Deion to Dallas. DTD.
But now you can't do that though because you want your son Shador. Not you got Dak on a big deal. See, Vegas makes sense.
We'll talk about Raiders, but from a thumbnail standpoint, homie, no. We'll talk Raiders, but from a thumbnail, gotta grab you. Dallas is the biggest market. Deion's the biggest brand. Put those together for the thumbnail, and within our discussion, we'll bring up Raiders, other opportunities.
Primetime Cowboy. Deion goes to the D. That's the thumbnail. See, leave it to the white.
Too worried. Let's put Deion to the D or Deion to Dallas. Primetime Cowboy, Deion to Dallas. There you go. Make sure y'all tune in. I'll be here. I'm gonna hop on this Fox meeting real quick on the Zoom, and make sure y'all subscribe, become a member.
Deion to the D. Double D.
I'll handle the thumbnail. I got it. I have plenty of ideas that I think will be.
Both what y'all saying.
That's fine.
Damn, he ain't like none of our options, homie. We old, I guess.
All right, great show, JB. Great show for holding it down, JB. And then Smitty, thanks for coming in and just riding along. And then we'll see tomorrow on the realest show on planet Earth, man, and see what happens. Shout out to Bet US. Head on over there today and get your pick in for the Rams game because I'm taking the Rams.
And shout out to Winnable and shout out to first round performance as well. And shout out to the
Skybox. What?
Skybox sticker.
It's not just this, homie.
What you mean?
Have the name, homie.
Say the name, homie.
Play the game, homie. CoachJBStore.com. Peace.